Hey guys, this is Nate here with Gone Rogue. I need to give out a couple shout outs and a little bit of a introduction to this episode here. So the first shout out is I want to thank you all from the bottom of my heart. We want to thank you all from the bottom of our hearts. We looked at the statistics today, and guys, we're in 6 different countries on 4 different continents. So thank you so much for tuning in. When we started this, it was honestly it was an idea that I had that I wanted to do. I love playing with these guys, and I started listening to D&D podcasts, and I was like, you know what? A lot of these have great stories to them. I love the stories that these um campaigns do, but a lot of them feel like they're written. And what I mean by written, I don't mean like the storyline is written down somewhere and they're playing through it. Some of it's play, but a lot of it seems like they premeditate where they want to go. Because they have like the perfect cutoff and the perfect story arcs and less chaos than what really happens in D&D. So we wanted to introduce you to our crew and how we play D&D, which yes is an overall story arc, but it gets chaotic every now and then, and the dice really are not always in favor of the story. And if you're a DM out there, you all know that one fucker that you've got that wants to mess with the story. I just happen to have 6 fuckers that want to mess with the story. So that's kind of what we shot out to do. We did not expect to be really popular, let alone in 6 different countries, let alone on 4 separate continents. So thank you, thank you, thank you so much, guys, for the support and tuning in. We don't do a whole lot of advertisement, so we're not obviously getting super big, but I do want to let you know that we are starting up social media pages. Look up Go Row DND Pod on just about any social media. I think we have Twitter, or now X. I think we have TikTok. I think we have Instagram. We're working on a Patreon page. We're working on merch. We're thinking about a website. So there's a lot of things that we are thinking about doing. Um, and so far, we're not planning on asking you guys for any financial support, although that might be coming later on. Who knows? It's just depends on what we want to do, because we do this for fun, right? We have a good time doing this. So that's the first thing. Thank you so much for that help. The second thing is, at the time of this recording, we were celebrating our 5th year anniversary as a group. And I do have a segment of that I'm going to play at the end of the episode. It's us. We all have drinks out. I'm giving a minor toast, and really just getting a little sentimental. That happens when I am in my feelings and start drinking. So it's a little whatever. But I am going to put that at the end of this episode. So stay tuned to the final soundtrack there, and it will be played at the end of the episode. The last thing is that this episode is going to be a prequel episode. We so far in this campaign have talked a little bit about the descendants' ancestors. I did not come up with this concept by myself. They did not come up with a backstory to fill this. This is actually a campaign that's a sequel to a campaign that we played a little while back. And I thought it would be super, super fun to do a sequel to that. And this was not supposed to be our initial podcast, but as we were practicing recording and getting a layout of what this game was going to be and what the story was going to be, it became very clear really, really fast that this is what the podcast was going to be about. And it really changed the direction that we decided to go. And for our characters, I thought it would be really fun to kind of get the in-between story. Because even they don't know what happened after that campaign. So the campaign that we played, if you've ever played it, is the Tyranny of Dragons campaign. So we did both the Dragon Horde and um the Tiamat Rise of Tiamat campaign. We combined those two right when D&D Wizard of the Coast combined them, and we played that out. And like every good DM, we made our own little version of it. And we had a little mini adventure, and they enjoyed the idea of getting a pet dragon and stuff like that. So the where we left you off last time was that they found a dragon, and they keep referring back to the ancestors. They keep referring back to Rosia. They keep referring back to um Jax, and they keep referring back to this dragon. uh and Last episode we kind of ended off where you see, or they see, this dragon um after 1,000 years. Dragons have returned, and it happens to be the one that nobody really knows what happened to. So this episode is the one that's going to tell the story of what happened to everybody, um, where they all went, what happened to Rosia, what happened to the dragon Moxier. Um, and it's kind of a filler episode before we continue next time with the main campaign. So I hope you enjoy this. We had a lot of fun doing it, and again, thank you all for the support. This was a great episode for us to record on our 5th anniversary. Just kind of remembering what our group has been through and all the changes that's been through. So thank you so much. Special episode for us. I hope you guys enjoy. As you guys were heading on the train, you're moving back towards the capital, and you get stopped by a blue dragon with a scar on his eye. That Skellington recognizes as Moxier. Today's adventure is we're gonna leave them there for this week, and we're gonna go back and play the last adventures of Moxier and the heroes.
Nice.
Which is why you all built these, or rebuilt and repurposed these characters, because you're going to play them one last time, and you're going to find out what happened to them. Some may walk away from this being able to live a nice old age. Some might not make it past tonight. The beautiful thing is it's okay whichever happens, because it's just going to play into next week.
Well, technically, we would all have to survive it. Have our current players.
Well, that's the beautiful thing. You guys ready? So let's start.
We could already have had this.
You've already had children. You guys are much older than when you left off. So this is approximately a good long ways away from when you guys killed Tiamat. You guys since then haven't really gone on a lot of adventures, but every time that something has come up, you guys have gotten together and have been called together to kind of regroup, restructure, and deal with this. And one of the things that's been happening since the destruction of Tiamat is the dragons have been put in this last stand in. Years have gone by and the dragon war is finally coming to an end. You guys have discovered the last layer of dragons ever. And one of the beautiful things is Moxier has been with you the entire way. So it is going to be your old characters. So Ragnall, Jax, Rosia, Jakos, August, which I believe you're called something else at that point. You've picked up a new player, Frieden, and Max Dier. Frieden's kind of been like your balancer, right? He kind of came in and put a little bit more order and structure into your guys' away. You met him shortly after the Tiamat incident, and you have Max Tier, who is now at this point an adult dragon. I'm sorry, not an adult dragon, a young dragon. So it's about 50 years for him. So roughly about 50 years after the events of Tiamat, that's where we find you guys. This war's been going on forever. You found the last horde of dragons. And as much as you've wished things would have gone peacefully, it has not. And this is the last set of dragons in existence. And you guys have band together and been called together one last time to go finish the job and put the world right again, to where people don't have to be afraid of dragons attacking their villages. They don't have to be afraid of somebody trying to recall Tiamat. They don't have to be afraid of any of that. And you guys are going to make that correct with the help of Mox Tier. You find yourselves approaching the final layer of these dragons. The group is back together. You haven't seen each other for about 20 years. So go ahead and give your introductions real quick one more time. You're a bit older than before, clearly. A little bit more matured. You've had children. Your children are approaching the age of having children, if not have had children themselves. So let's start with Jax. Jax, what's been going on with you? Since Moxtier's kind of been mostly with you.
You cut out a little bit. Since Moxier's been what?
Mostly with you.
So Moxier is her. She has a family of her own. She would at this point probably already have a grandchild, which would be my character in the current campaign, and just trying to rid the world of these evil dragons. Yeah.
Okay.
Living the dream.
Let's go to August. I want to hear more about August here. August, what's been going on with your character here?
August is the mentor of my previous character, the Songblade Sorceress. She was taught at a very young age within this time frame, and she's probably around like 25 years old at this point. She's fairly young compared to my mentor, but my mentor was killed in a battle with other mages from other courts within the realm, leaving me as her only, would you say, her only living kind of relative left.
Mm-hmm.
And in doing so, August is taking on her mantle to finish what her mentor was not able to do.
Gotcha. Jakos, what's been going on with you? I know you've adopted. I do remember we talked about that. So how has that been going on there?
He adopted a young dragonborn kid, basically thinking, well, I'm going to do what the dragons didn't do, actually take care of basically, instead of attacking and killing their young, or in this case, in his mind, he's justifying it that way, trying to teach him all the stuff that he's learned with smuggling, brewing. At this point, he's perfected, or at least to his liking, the Cragfire ale that he's made.
Right.
I don't remember if it was ale, if it was rum, or something.
It was ale.
And his beard is longer, his hair's on his head. He's let it all grow out. He doesn't shave it on the sides anymore. It's lost a lot of the red coloring now. It's quite gray because it's been about 50 years. He's collected more scars on his face, and he looks a little more worse for wear, but he still carries that keg on his back. because he can't. He has to have that available at all times.
Gotcha. Ragnall, what's been going on with you? I hear you've been getting into some giants there.
Yeah, so at this point, Ragnall has kind of involved himself with several like giant wars and helped calm down a lot of internal unrest in the giant community. He's played a part in it. I don't know how public that is to the world. He's not something that he's talking about too much. Um, but he certainly got romantic with one. I don't imagine that they were like husband and wife romantic, more like regular flings through the time. Like they would
Mhm.
meet up, get hot and wild, and then separate. So it wasn't like a traditional together for forever romance.
Right.
I mean, you tell me whether or not he'd really understand that he has a child out there, but I could very well imagine that he doesn't understand, doesn't know, or at least just has a small inkling that there could be offspring for him out there.
Well, I mean, the last
Uh,
time that we saw him, right, it kind of seemed that way where he was not really being a good father, didn't really seem
right,
didn't really mind whether he had a son or not, and yet the son was the grandson was very, very upset with him, and it didn't seem
right,
to
right.
bother him.
So conversely, like familial wise, he's not super involved. A little
Right.
bit, I think, as just the giant politics, but he also has his own tavern where he's mentoring a whole bunch of older, um, not older, but older people, but young adventurers who
Mm,
are going out, and he's helping connect them with people who need quests, and kind of greasing the road to get them out there and helping them change the world. So he's had his fingers in helping out things, but he's not often out anymore because for a kobold, I mean, they normally only live to be in their mid 20s, and he was at the end of his life cycle when
right.
the Tiamat was happening, and through his special connection, he's lived twice the age of your average kobold.
Almost three
So
times the age of it.
he's
Yeah.
almost three times at this point, right? So I mean, he's pretty fragile, but he's still around, still moving about, but he doesn't have a lot of juice left in the tank. And you can see a general reluctance. Before he wanted to explore, he wanted to get out there,
Yeah.
but now he's out because he needs to. He really wants to get back to the tavern. He really wants to get back to his surrogate children who he's helping into the trade of adventuring, and
Mhm.
he just sees being out here as a necessity to help protect them and connect to the world. So he's got a little bit of a different attitude than he would have before.
I can imagine like he probably felt pressured since all the other main adventures
Right.
went out. He feels like, okay, I'll go do it. I don't really want to, but I kind of feel like
I,
what else do I have
I
to live
have
for?
I have to, and
Yeah,
I can't stand the guys I'm mentoring because it's out of their league, and
correct.
there's no one else to do this.
That makes sense. Yeah. Rosia, what's been going on with Rosia?
Well, after everything that happened, Rosia kind of took Skellington's job with watching over Jax, and she kind of committed herself to taking care of her. So Rosia has probably like opened her own temple or started one for Saloon relatively close to wherever Jax has been living.
Okay.
She visits pretty frequently, kind of like tries to stay out of her family business, but still watch over her.
Right.
Literally anything that Jax asks, if Rosia can do it, then she does it. She gets whatever she wants.
Awesome.
Nice.
So you would almost be
Probably
more like Auntie Rosia to her kids. Maybe not to her
Yeah.
grandkids, but definitely to her kids.
Yeah.
Would you
Sure.
say that Rosia's already helped Jacko's commune with his family?
Yeah, probably. She probably takes a few every once in a while. She'll go visit everybody.
Okay.
Pop into the tavern, be like, "Yo, what's up?"
So you've been focusing a lot on Jax, on Mox Tier, go and visit all the other adventures, the other heroes from your past periodically, make sure they're doing okay, and
Yeah, see if they need anything. Do you need like some spiritual help? I got you.
right, because
Let me
Saloon's
help
all about
extend your
that.
life a little bit.
We've learned Saloon's all about that.
Yeah.
So, Maddie, would my character have met?
Well, that's what I was saying. I
Or-
was saying probably your children would be like, oh, that's Auntie Rosia. Your grandchildren maybe not as much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
But Rosia never gets married. She never has kids. She's dedicated to her temple and to taking care of Jax.
that would track a lot.
Yeah. She doesn't need a family. She has
Right.
Jax's family.
There you go. So you guys all kind of reconnect a little bit at Ragnall's tavern, of course. And it's more to kind of get together. Everybody's meeting there, and you're all out going towards this final layer of dragons. You've gotten wind that they might be trying to open a portal to the gods, but you don't know. It's enough to kind of scare everybody and definitely scare you guys. So you head out to this lair. It's out in the middle of the woods in the Forgotten Forest there. Kind of the last place that anybody would really look for dragons. An area that's not known for dragon activity, and yet here we are. You stand outside and you see the cave, and it's inside this humongous mountain, this huge opening, much bigger than what should be for the dragons that you guys have fought. And you guys have fought in so many dragons that you've been called dragon slayers. And yet this cave is much bigger than you see. The opening is just the size of a hill. It's so big. And here you are in front. Finally together again, a bit older, probably scars that you haven't had to count for the last several battles. And it's just for the world. You're here to save the world one last time, hopefully. What do you guys do as you face this huge quest here?
Well, hell, that cave's a lot bigger than the other ones. Sort of stare up.
All
at the
right, guys.
giant hole.
You know the drill. Anyone need a quick one before we get in there? I start pouring some my ale.
Moxie will help us. She always does.
The Moxie does have a saddle on her, as a matter of fact.
So Moxie, I'm assuming, is outside, not inside the tavern.
No, so
right?
you guys are now facing the cave. You met at the tavern, and now you're at the
okay.
cave. But yeah, Moxie does have a. Where's it at? She does have a saddle
Oh,
on
if
her.
that's the case, then yeah, I'm on her back right now.
Moxie looks down at Jakos, and says, "You never bring enough for me."
This stuff is definitely strong enough. You know that. I handed him a cup.
I don't think dragons like LD. Moxie.
Please, I'm old enough to at least have one. I think 50 is a good age for a dragon to have. And he takes a sip
You're
of
good.
it, and he's just like, I think I said it was a she
warned you.
before. Yeah, no, she doesn't
Yeah.
like it. She's not interested in that at all. This is disgusting.
I warned you.
All right. Well, just let me just take a look inside before we do anything. All right.
Take a look inside the cave.
All right. Let me see if I can scout it out a little bit.
Hey Nate, real quick. Moxie is an electric dragon.
Yeah, she's a blue dragon.
She does not breathe fire.
She breathes. She
Breathes
breathes lightning.
Gotcha.
I'll-
Okay. Wanted to
if
make sure.
if Jakos is gonna duck inside, is that what you're saying you're gonna do here and try and scout?
Yeah, just a little bit.
I'll just lean into you and I'll just say, well, it's not gonna help against a dragon, but little guys won't be able to see you, and I'll cast invisibility on you.
Great. Much appreciated. I'll be right back. Believe me.
Just remember, the dragons will see you. They don't have any problem seeing through
I
invisibility, so
don't
get your
remember
ass
if
out
you-
here.
I don't remember if you
Mhm.
have dark vision.
I do have dark vision.
Okay.
All right. So you go wandering in the cave. Before we get to you, what is everybody else doing?
I'm on Moxie's back.
So you've
Oh.
trained Mox Tier to be a barbarian, so she does have some barbarian tendencies. Naturally, one of those things is going to be she rages out. But she also has some other fun tendencies that she can do as a barbarian. But as for armor and stuff like that, she just uses her natural skin, her natural claws as weapons. The only fun stat that she has as a barbarian is the fact that she's a barbarian.
I would probably eat her like snacks or treats. She likes jerky.
Jerky again. Come on. You know I like the real thing.
Yes, but you're a good girl. aren't
Sometimes,
And
I
I made it-
guess.
you? I made it with love. She just kind of gives like Moxie like a sweet, playful smile.
Okay. She just like eats it.
Good girl.
I'll point over off in the bushes and say, Jax, do you see something over there?
Is it
And as she kind of turns around, I'll lean up to Moxie and say, I got some of the good stuff still, and give Moxie a piece of the old human jerky I still have.
Oh yeah, no, Moxie eats that 100%.
Well, I thought I saw something in the bushes.
Maybe we'll find you a deer, Moxie,
Uh.
or a goblin.
So Jackos, as you enter, you're kind of looking around. It seems very empty until you kind of get to the main cavern there, and you start seeing all the gold hoarding, and the mountains of gold just get bigger and bigger and bigger. And then you see something that kind of doesn't fit the scene. You see a copper-looking color, kind of like in the midst of gold, and then
Okay.
that's kind of towards your left, and towards the center you see a white shimmering kind of figure in the midst of the gold, and then towards the right you see a sapphire shimmering figure in the midst of the gold, and you kind of come to the conclusion that it is either these dragons have random giant metals within their hoard, or you're not facing one dragon, but you're facing 3.
I'm just gonna take a moment and just pay close attention to see what I can actually make out. I'm
Mhm.
not getting closer. Once I see something, I'm basically gonna be hiding behind a corner or
Okay.
something, or
So
and because I'm trying to use the ability to know your enemy. It takes a minute. I
right.
have to observe for 1 minute.
So left, straight, or right?
I would look probably first to the left.
Okay. So as you're studying, I believe with that ability you can only do one at a time. Is that correct?
It says if you spend at least 1 minute observing or interacting with another creature outside of combat, you can learn information about its capabilities compared to your own.
Okay.
Strength score, dexterity score, constitution score, armor class, current
Okay.
age.
So the to the left, the copper looking figure doesn't seem to be moving. It just sits in the middle there, but it is definitely
So-
not gold.
Would I come to the conclusion this is either a dead dragon? It's not moving, not even breathing.
You're not at the distance where you can tell if it's breathing. You're at the distance so that you can tell that nothing's moving. So it could be just a giant statue. It could be
Okay.
a giant piece of copper. You just can't tell at the distance that you're at.
So with this ability, the know your enemy ability, I'm not getting anything then.
Not at that distance, no. Especially that they're not moving. There's nothing really to
If
know
I were
except
to
that
move
there's this.
closer, do I run the risk of getting seen?
If you move closer, you would have to start getting into the gold, and you'd start making noise.
Hmm.
So I want you to think of that scene in The Hobbit real quick,
I've
where
actually saw that
Bilbo,
recently.
right? So Bilbo's in the lair of smog, and yes, he's invisible, but he's also running on top of gold. All right, I want you to get that idea real quick in your head. You were about to run the risk of running inside a dragon's hoard.
Especially if it's 3, because I think Jackos at this point has even slain dragons by himself.
Oh yeah,
But 3
maybe.
dragons would probably be difficult for him, so he's probably gonna just back out.
Well, and these are
if I
and these are
don't-
very large pieces. So the odds of a piece of, in this case, copper being that large, it is on the huge spectrum. So the odds of it being an object that is made is very, very slim. And there are 3 of them.
So you're saying there's copper, there's white,
There's a crystal white. Yes, crystal white. Yep.
and the third one was what color?
Sapphire. Blue.
So, all right, I'll just go back carefully and try not to make any noise, and report back what I saw.
Mhm.
I gotta be right back. I gotta go put my son to bed.
Yep. All right. So Jackos comes back and he reports, that he sees these figures. They could be dragons. They're definitely the length of some adult dragons. But they weren't moving, and he didn't really see their faces. So the odds are it is the dragons, but he couldn't be 100% sure. What do you guys do?
Well, I mean, maybe we can drive them out. I can throw some familiars in there and, I don't know, peck at their eyes. Or at least get a confirmation that these are 3 dragons.
I would look at Moxie do.
Say that again?
Moxie, what do you want to do?
Well, we could always just go in there and tear some shit up. I'm always down for that.
Dragon jerky? Or just dragon? He kind of smirks.
There's 3 of them, it sounds like. And yes, I would love to do some dragon, but I can't take them on myself naturally. They're much bigger than I am. Think about me. and then think about them. And like she
Yeah.
does the thing where like me, it's like small, and then them like her arms
Yeah.
are like separated.
Yeah. You won't be alone, my friend. How would she gives Mox more jerky, saddles up.
Time's up. Let's do this.
This is time's up. Let's go.
There's no rumors of like hostages or friendly folk that could be in these caves, right? We know for sure these are the dragons we're hunting, right?
I mean, I
Sure.
didn't hear anything.
All right.
Well, I mean, how many other caves of dragons are there in this realm?
At this point, you guys are hunting down the last of them, minus the dragon that you are currently riding.
I'm just making sure we have no collateral damage. So we go in there, we unleash, and there's not, I don't know, the hostages in the corner, a group of kids, or a abducted princess. There's none of that was in the info we got on these guys, right?
No, she's in the other castle.
Right. Yeah. The
Probably it's there after these.
you're
then.
so fucking stupid. Said in the other
I'm
castle.
back. I am
We
back.
can deal with that later.
Yeah. So far, the only thing that you guys have gotten. Ooh, I like the robe.
Oh, are you looking at the items?
I am. I like the robe. Just looked pretty. I didn't even read what it does, but you can have that. Yeah, that's
That's
fantastic.
the one you choose.
Yeah, it's got a good look to it. What can I say?
Oh my goodness.
He's like, I don't care what it does, it's shiny.
Well, I'm looking at this other thing she's got in parentheses. This will light up with Mox here, but I'm like, nah, fuck it. The robe is beautiful.
I chose
Then-
three things that were super like thematic to the story and to how we've done everything, and then I just threw the robe of the Archmagi in there because I like that robe a lot.
Yeah.
She goes, fuck everything else. That.
Fuck everything. Yeah, that's the one. We're okay with that.
You sure you don't want to
Did I
look at
miss
that
anything?
scarf?
Yeah, fuck. I looked at the scarf and it looked boring to me. Yeah, that robe sounds fantastic. So
Wouldn't have
the
even included it.
yeah, sorry about that, guys. I got ADD. So yeah, the news that you guys have gotten, you haven't heard anything of hostages. Mainly, the only thing you've heard is that these dragons are trying to open up a portal.
I could just go in there, drop a nuke spell in the middle of all three of them, dash back out, and at least then we're not fighting them in the cave. They can fight them on the way out, or they stay in there and they take damage.
I actually like that idea. We can take them on one at a time as they come out. Or is the opening big enough for all three of them to come out at once?
Yeah, it's huge. It's much bigger than any dragons that you've ever seen.
There is risk of collateral damage though if these dragons get destroyed, anything and everything.
Yeah.
I mean, do we have enough time to do something like that? Like close the encounter?
Can we close them in this cavern?
You could do a perception check.
I think with my dwarvish, like stone cutters knowledge, I would know.
Crapped out.
Who crapped out?
My D&D Beyond.
Oh. Yeah, so you guys can definitely roll to find out.
That would be a 17.
The only way to close them in is if you blew up the entrance and like had a almost like an avalanche of rocks fall on it, have it collapse on itself. It's really big. So that would be a lot of ammunition to do that.
I mean, what do you think, guys? Do you think if we close this, we won't have to fight them and they'll just basically starve and eat each other alive?
I mean, they'll break out. We can close it off, but if we want to finish them off, we're going to have to be on the other side.
But they'll
I mean, I
finish
can
each
always
other.
teleport us out. So if, assuming we survive and I survive, there's no worry about it.
Well, remember too, guys, they're in there. The reason that you're there is they're trying to. It sounds like they're trying to open a portal to bring Tiamat back.
Oh, that's right.
So if you bury them in there, right, theoretically, they're gonna
Portals or
Yeah.
a portal they
Okay.
can
We
just
had
open.
time to prep before we came, or did we not?
Yes, yeah, you guys met at the
And
tavern.
we
you can-
fought in many of dragons before.
Yeah, so you can definitely have like if you need healing potions or some stuff like that. I would allow you guys to have what you need.
Okay, what about I prepared, and I should have prepared, what is a cart full of TNT? I would definitely have a cart full of TNT if I'm always hunting dragons.
hey, Moxier could be towing it.
You can absolutely have a cart full of TNT
I
if
just-
you want
It just feels like
to
Okay,
blow
then
up.
I use that
monster
to
hunters.
blow up the entrance and just seal them.
Sure.
We can't seal them in. We can't seal them in because they're working on something. So even if we seal them in, they could create the portal in there or they could get out. We have to finish them off. Put them in a cave isn't going to solve the problem. And we don't know if there's another way out of the cave. I mean, that's really only if we want to keep them from fleeing. We go in there, we blow it up, they're locked in with us.
All right. That's fair enough. All right. Why
Or we
don't we
drive them
just
out.
put the TNT right next to them all and light it up?
Well,
You wouldn't want me
you know
to.
what we could do? What we could do is see if we can just one of them complete the summon, or does it have to be all three?
You don't know.
We know the details, right?
Correct.
You said we know
I
the
think we should
details or
just-
don't know the details?
You do not know the details.
Oh,
You just know that
Well,
they
then-
are the last of them, and they are trying. It sounds like that's what the rumor is. They are trying to open the
Oh.
portal.
All right.
what we could do is we could set up the charges to blow and trap it in. We go in and we fight them, and if it looks like we're gonna lose, the last one standing blows it and traps them in.
I would
Look,
just say
we
to
don't-
light
We don't
the
lose.
cot of TNT right on the three of them. If it implodes the whole area they're in, and then with it, everything's dealt with.
Which
That could work
from,
too.
when I looked in there, which one did they all seem like they were about the same distance away?
Yes, they're all roughly about 200 yards away or 200 feet away on
Alright,
top
Chase.
of gold. So, like, remember, you're looking up these gold mountains and you're seeing these figures.
But remember, I only saw 3. There might be more. So this is going to be quite a challenge. If you want, have Moxir join me. We'll take out the one on the right. Or actually, I could probably take the one on the right by myself. But if we could just distribute, maybe try to eliminate one dragon quickly and then eliminate the second one as quickly as we can, and then we could finally finish off the third one. Focus all on our attempts and attacks on a single dragon at a time.
I would assume at this point that Jackson Mox's team, right? Like, I don't think either one
You're
split up.
cut.
So
You're cutting in and
wherever
out.
oh, I was saying that at this point, Jackson Moxie would be like a single unit, right? Like where one goes, the other one goes. So
Well,
they wouldn't split up.
Right now, you're on Moxie's back on
I
his
know. But
saddle.
he was suggesting that he came up with Moxie. I don't think Jax would go for that.
Oh, I took it back. I was like,
Okay.
actually, I probably could just do it by myself.
You
Yeah,
did do that.
I think our first choice is: do we want to flush them out, or do we want to fight them in there?
Let's just bring one house at a time.
So if we flush them out, then we can throw the dynamite, wheel it in there and have it explode, and they're all going to come out and attack us. If it brings down the whole cave, unlikely. I mean, this is big ass opening. They'll take some damage, but we all know this isn't going to kill an adult or even an ancient dragon. So they're going to survive. They'll get some damage, and they'll come out and attack us. They could run away, but we're safer because we're not fighting them in their lair. No one wants to fight a dragon in their lair. That's, a good way to die.
It's
Or we
madness.
go in there and blow the door behind us, try and keep them locked in so they can't run away. A little bit more likely for us to all die, but less likely that one of them will get away. I think those are our first option: is flush them out or lock them in there with us.
Okay. Well, if you want to, let's set up a trap then. Whichever one comes out first, I'll shoot them down towards the explosives, and we will light it up right there. And hopefully that will be enough to at least severely wound the first one, that we could finish them off really quickly. And then we can start working on the last 2.
All right, Jax and I, or
Sounds
Moxie and I will take you guys.
So you and Moxie are going up?
Yep.
Alrighty.
good.
So
Actually, that's not a bad idea. Yeah, go up there, and once they start coming out, you flank them from above.
So we're going to leave the explosives at the entryway to the cave. We'll attack one of them in the cave, have them chase us out, and hopefully the explosive blows up, and then we can attack them as they're coming out. That's our plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I guess I can flush them out. I'll cast something from afar and hopefully hit them, and then get the hell out.
As we're getting ready, I'll drag the cart to the optimal spot and take my keg and give it a good big old smooch. You were good while you lasted. And I'll set it on top there of the cart too,
Mhm.
to add to the explosives, and to also lighten my back a bit, and head back.
Everyone also, just housekeeping, has what was it about? I think it's 12 temporary HP from me.
Okay.
While you're giving temporary HP?
I automatically give it. I have 20, and everyone else automatically gets 12.
Okay. While we're doing housekeeping, Rosia would have burned a 4th level slot, and Jax has Death Ward.
And I also do have 1 free death ward for everyone on the team. So when one person dies, I can also bring them back. So we do have 2, I guess, bounce back from death.
Everyone on the team.
And I also have a built-in death ward for my character. So we have 3 bounce backs.
Yeah. Again, in case we have ever forgotten, I don't have any damage at all.
Not yet.
Look, you remember how Jackos is, right?
As long as somebody else does the damage, we're gonna be fine.
All right.
In the last game, I think he took a dragon down almost by himself in 2 turns.
He did potion of haste.
Yeah, I remember
and-
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So don't worry.
We'll see.
All right, I'm gonna cast invisibility again on myself, because I can do that. And how close do I need to get? 120 feet. So I don't know how deep this is, but I'm gonna creep quietly along the entrance, get in, so I'm within 120 feet where I can drop Sickening Radiance, which is a 30-foot radius, I think. So it's 10 blah 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 30-foot radius. So yeah, 60 feet diameter, huge freaking sphere. So I'm assuming I can get all 3 of them in this sphere.
No,
And so 100, I can't. They're that far apart.
they're that far apart. It's huge. Like I mentioned, they are about like as Jackos was looking, he was at kind of the base of the horde. They were about 200 feet in each direction.
Okay, so
So
each
from
200
left
feet
to
apart.
right, they're about 400 feet apart, right?
Okay,
So each of them are
it's-
about 200
it's
feet
like
apart.
A cavern, a triangle, 200 feet, 200 feet, 200 feet.
Yeah, if you want to look at it as a triangle, sure, that makes sense.
Sure. I mean, it's a circle calendar, but
Correct.
circle cavern, but they're all about 200 feet across.
That's correct. That you can see.
I mean,
It's huge.
just get ready near the entrance when they come. Can just use the cart and I'll make trails of TNT, surround each of them, make a trail in the center, and I'll
Well,
light it from the center, and I'll get out.
Yeah, I mean, the closer we get to them, the more likely they are to wake up and then attack one of us.
I can cast Dominate Beast.
Well, I think we're driving them out, right? Is that the first bit, or you want to try and sneak in and dominate them while they're asleep? I don't know. I mean, could try, but dragons have abilities to, kind of shrug off some of those spells a few
Okay.
times.
Oh, then let's just plan on just kill
I'm
him.
assuming at this point we would know that basically dragons have legendary resistances, and we have to wear them down before we use save or suck it spells.
Okay.
I
Nate,
mean,
I sent you a message.
Did you now?
I'll turn over to, I forget your character's name, Cody.
August.
And just sort of say, well, I mean, either one of us can drive them out, but I don't think we're getting close enough to sprinkle, dynamite around them without getting caught.
Do you want me to do it on the path to
Yeah.
us?
I think we do it on the way out, so as we can blow it up with as many of them in the hallway as possible to try and get more than one of them in that damage. I mean, I can hit one of them from far away. I mean, even if I just want to poke them, I can do an Eldritch Blast. But I was hoping to throw a big area spell in the hallway and force each one of them to go through it as they're coming out to get us. Hit one of them initially, and then everyone else has to walk through it on the way out. And then we nail them as they're coming out of the cavern, hopefully.
All right, I'll go back and set up then.
Is there what would I need? Something that would better my odds of hitting flying things with a crossbow. What is that?
It's called aim.
Oh no, you have a crossbow, not a bow, right?
I have a crossbow.
Never mind.
What stat does that use?
That's a
That's
dex, isn't it? Crossbow and bow are dex.
It stacks.
So, is there any way that I could get maybe a buff in dex so that I can? Well, I don't know if anyone has anything like that. If not,
Rosia?
nah.
Do you have anything to help a friend over here hit from afar?
Like blessing of the cat or something like that.
Blessing of the cat.
Probably should, if you're strength based, you would probably have javelins.
If you would think.
I would just say you do, and I would put some on your character.
Okay, let's just say that I
Then
have
you
Mm.
literally hunt
javelins.
these things.
or 10 javelins.
Yeah. Put what you need on there.
Okay, that's better then.
I can always give you a little bit of guidance with it.
That's a action though, and concentration.
Those are ability checks. I think Bless is the one that's for attacks. It is. But that's about all that I can help you with.
All right. I will create a phantom steed so I can move damn fast. That's step one. So that's 100 feet around. So I will jump on my phantom steed, get within 120 feet of one of the dragons, the one closest to the entry, and I'm trying to place a sickening radiance with a 60-foot.
So left or
sphere.
right? Left or right?
Which one's closest to the doorway? My goal here is to place this sphere in such a way that the dragons, if they're coming back out, will likely have to go through it.
The left and the right would be the closest. They're equally close. So are you left-handed, right-handed?
What are the colors?
So one is copper, the other is sapphire.
Copper, I guess.
Okay.
I think Jackus would want to go towards the crystal white one because he would assume that would be a cold.
Well, he's
and I have a ring of cold resistance.
He's at the back though, so I'm driving them out. So I'm going in by myself, invisible, on a steed, dropping a nuke, and then getting the hell out to drive them out, hopefully through all of our traps of explosions and your guys' held actions. Right. So, so I'll drop the sickening radiance, and then I'm just going to book it 100 feet around until I can get back out. So that's my plan.
Alrighty. So go ahead and do your.
It's a Constitution 20 saving throw.
Alrighty. Con 20.
Yep.
Alrighty. It fails.
Okay. That's 4d10. Do I have that many d10s? One. Oh, those are 8. I should have been. Those are d10s. What is that? So that's 19 points of radiance damage, and it gets 1 level of exhaustion.
Nice.
It stays there, so it's not going to take damage at the beginning of its turn. But if anything that walks through it, if it stays in that radius, it'll take damage. But anything else that goes through it is going to take damage if it fails a saving throw as well. And it emits this dim greenish light in that huge sphere.
All
And then
right.
I'll book my 100 feet around and try and get the hell out.
So that's the copper one you said, right?
Yep.
The wrong one. So it still fails. All right. So same dice, but -1. All right. And it takes how much damage? 19?
19 points of radiant.
Okay.
And it has 1 level of exhaustion.
Okay. So disadvantage on a whole bunch of fun jazz.
Yeah. And anything else that goes through that will, have to make a saving throw. But hopefully I've placed it that at least 1 or 2 of them will have to go through it as they're chasing me back out.
Not likely, but nice try.
I'll yell at them and just yell into the cavern. Stupid dragons, you're all gonna die. Can't catch me, and then I'll flee.
All right. Everybody roll initiative.
Initiative.
I have one more housekeeping thing before initiative.
Go for it.
Who are our frontliners?
Me?
Jackus, definitely.
Definitely Jackos.
And one more.
I rolled 8.
Yeah, Moxie works. They all have aid cast on them, so their max hit points and their current hit points goes up by 5.
Much better.
We gotta override max HP.
Yeah, sorry.
I'll just remember that there's 5.
You have another
It's just
12 too.
maxing.
Don't forget. Everyone
So-
also has 12.
12 temp.
Moxie has, you said, another +5 temp HP?
No, max HP.
Oh.
Their HP just goes up by 5.
Alrighty.
There's a quick, nice little max HP modifier in
Yeah.
D&D
Yeah.
Beyond at the bottom.
Yeah, I see it. Alrighty. Cool.
I have a 12 for my initiative.
Dirty 20 for Ragnall.
If you guys roll them on the sheets, it pops up automatically for me, which is kind of cool.
Oh.
But I'm writing it in. 3. Okay. Jackos, what do you got?
Initiative.
Yep.
I got an 18.
All right. And August?
Plus,
August. Cody.
Initiative?
Yep.
13.
All right. So the highest goes to the one that you attacked, motherfuckers. This dragon is gonna kind of wake up and start shaking gold off him. Ragnar, as you see this explosion, you see this dragon kind of pop up. Gold flies everywhere. And this adult copper dragon just starts shaking as he takes the blow of what you've done. And he is going to start chasing you and running out.
It should be about 280-ish feet away at this point.
Yep. Okay. So he's going to get about 200 feet away from you in his turn as he runs towards you.
so Nate, knowing that all this is happening, Jax would have whispered, Mox, when you see the dragon come out, so Saul.
Okay. Well, that's going to be a held action.
Yeah, that's fine. But I'm saying that would have been like their plan.
All right. If you
from
don't
the
see it,
air.
if you don't see it this turn, you're gonna have to wait till it actually pops out and have it hold its action then.
Whatever. I'm just saying that would have been their plan.
Okay. Ragnar, it's
rolled.
your turn.
So how far did you say he was away from me?
So he's about 200 feet away from you now. He's done the dash action to try and catch up to you.
He did not go very fast.
He only did 80 because you're 280
Yeah.
first. So yeah.
Yeah, I go 100 right now on my dude.
Mhm.
I think he's too far away for me to do anything.
So you're about 80 feet away from the entrance to give you perspective.
Yeah, I don't want to drop concentration on my spell. I'm hoping it'll hit someone else, so I'll wait on that. Sorry, I'm just checking the distance of these spells. Yeah, no, I guess I will move 100 feet around the corner, trying to get out of the blast radius of the
Mhm.
TNT that was set up, the trap.
Mhm.
I don't know if that gets me out of the blast radius. If I'm looking down, do I feel like I'm outside of the radius of the trap?
You said you moved 100 feet? You moved 20 feet?
Yeah, well, 80 feet to the front and then another 20 feet around the edge.
Okay.
I'm guessing I'm out of the blast radius now.
Yeah, we'll say you're out of the blast radius.
Yeah, that's my thought. And so I will yell up to everyone, adult bronze on its way, and then hold my action as an eldritch blast for when I see it, and I'll unload 3 blasts when it comes out.
Okay. So it's gonna be this one's turn. So the one to the right of you there, Ragnar, is going to kind of like look up and see the commotion, and you're now going to see it kind of move and shimmer and shake as the gold falls off of it, and you are staring at a sapphire adult dragon, and it's going to scream as loud as it can, leap into the air, and take flight as it dives towards your area. So it's going to come 80 feet towards you.
Okay.
So now it is about 120 feet away. As it does that, that is all it can do for right now. Underneath you, though, you do feel like the ground kind of shake. That's something that you didn't think that you would feel, especially since you see one dragon getting up in gold and one taking to the source, to the air there. The ground starts to move like an earthquake almost, and you can feel that in the cave there. Jackos, it's your turn.
Okay. Not close. I'm not close to any of these dragons, are I?
Did you go in with him, or you're waiting at the entrance?
No, I was waiting at the entrance to ambush.
Okay, so the closest dragon to you is still about 200 feet away.
Let me see.
I'm sorry, it's about 160 feet away. Apologize.
Javelin can max be thrown 120, so I'm still out of range.
Mm-hmm.
I will hold my action for if a dragon gets close enough, I can throw a javelin.
You also feel the ground shaking too.
Here we go, guys!
All right, Jax.
So
You and Moxier, by the way, are doing 2 separate things, so you'll have to tell Moxier what to do. And then on Moxier's turn, it'll do what you asked. Or it might do something different.
All right. So like I said to Mox, so Sol, and she's also going to cast haste on Moxie. So Moxie gets +2 bonus to AC, has advantage on dex saving throws, and gains additional action on each. The action used to only take the attack, dash, disengage, hide, or use object action.
All right, so you're adding a +2, and then it does what else?
Has advantage on dex saving throws, and gains an additional action on each.
And gains an additional action. Okay. How long does that last for?
A minute.
Okay.
So 10 rounds, right? Bonus action.
What was the last thing you can do? Sorry, Dex, AC.
Let me get back to it real quick. So it gets an extra.
Okay.
And then real quick, sorry, bear with me. Oh, I get 2 actions. So my next action, so this one's still on the ground.
That's in the cave still.
In the cave still, that's what I thought. Okay. I guess I would just can I do one action and hold the other? Or do I have to like rolling?
Once you start your turn, you have to take all of your turn.
That's what I guess bonus act. Sorry, I keep clicking wrong. Yeah, that'll
be it.
Yeah, because the only thing I would want to do is cast mark, but I can't yet. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
By the way, your connection keeps cutting in and out.
Sorry, I will get off Wi-Fi.
All right. So it's Moxie's turn, and Moxie's gonna hold like you told. August, it's your turn.
All right. Do I see these dragons now?
Not yet. You're also in the front, right? Like you're kind of up there with everybody else. With
Yeah,
Jackos.
I'm in the front. I placed the TNT out like
Okay.
a stretch, like the size of like a football field.
Right. So you're gonna feel the
So
ground move with Jackos and Ragnall.
okay.
That's
Do I see our boy coming and then like chasing him down this like long
he's
corridor?
he's a ways down the corridor. He's still, I think he only moved 20 feet, so he's still another 60 feet
I
down.
moved out.
Oh, did you
I
move?
moved 100 feet, so I moved. Yeah, I moved 80 feet to the entrance and then 20 feet out to get away from the blast. So I'm
Okay.
full on outside.
Okay. So he's outside, so he comes running out. The dragons are still a ways behind. The closest dragon to you guys is about 160 feet. The next dragon's about 200 feet away. The closest one is in the air. He would just be kind of coming around that curve there to start going down the corridor to the entrance.
Okay. So I'm barely maybe seeing one.
Yeah, barely.
Okay. I'm gonna hold off on doing that. It's gonna take them another turn to get kind of where the TNT and all that is. I am going to take my turn, back the fuck up. So I'm not anywhere close to that stuff.
Does the TNT need to be lit?
I mean, it needs fire.
Like, is it on a fuse, or is it something that you need to shoot fire at and it blows up?
Just shoot fire at and it blows up.
Okay. Well, then you could do that on your turn.
Yeah, but I'm gonna back up. I'm going to cast, because it's gonna take them time to get there. I'm gonna cast mirror image on myself as my main action, and then my bonus action will be to cast Blade Song. All right, that's it.
All right. Moxie. Rosia, it's your turn.
This is really just our prep. I'm going to go ahead and simply grant myself flying speed.
Ooh.
And take my movement, and I will be 30 feet in the air.
Okay.
And I guess I'm gonna go ahead and start my channel divinity. Well, actually, I don't want to do that yet until we run out of the temporary HP that Ragnall gave us.
Okay.
So I'll drop a bless on 3 people.
Alrighty.
Let's give it to, I don't know.
I'll happily take it.
Yeah,
Let's say the 3 people down in the corridor there.
Yeah. Let's do that. Those 3.
Alrighty, so that'll go to Ragnall,
I was trying to think about,
Jackos,
who would have the lowest to hit. That they
August.
need the help.
and August.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
And that's it. And I'm, just so you're aware, I'm using my free casting for that one.
Alrighty. Frieden. It's your
I'm
turn.
gonna be, am I out? And I'm outside
Yeah.
of the. Okay, so I'm gonna. I know that they're all. I know that they're all coming out towards us. So we're waiting for them to come. I'm gonna go ahead and cast Stone Skin,
Okay.
and I will wait. How do I cast this? I'm trying to figure this out.
If you go and hit cast, it should update everything. And if not, just remember that you have a plus whatever to your AC.
Oh, it doesn't say anything. It just says it's a buff.
Stone Skin?
Yeah.
You should get a plus to your AC.
I don't know what's going on.
Let's see here. Stone Skin. Oh, okay. So you have resistance on non-magical bludgeoning. So they roll at disadvantage, essentially.
Okay.
And you
Okay.
take, and I'm sorry, you don't roll at disadvantage. You take half of the damage on bludgeoning,
So there you go.
piercing, and slashing.
Okay. There we go. All right. So I cast that. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I can do.
You should have a second action and a bonus action.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and cast. Are any of these frost or cold based dragons?
Let's see. You would know that none of them are.
Okay. All right. Then I am going to. Is there a way that I can move? That would be. I'm trying to think because I don't see a map. Is there a place that I could move that would be advantageous to help everyone else?
Yeah. Do you want to put yourself more in the middle of the cave as they try to come out, more to the side?
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm going to stay off to the side.
Left or right side?
Let's go left.
All right. So you'll be on the side there with Jacos there. All right. At that point, it is the last dragon's turn, and he's going to kind of like the sapphire one, shake the gold off of himself, jump and fly in your direction. Except he's going to do it at a faster pace there, so he's going to get about 160 feet ahead. He's going to be down the corridor at this point. Definitely in the middle of the corridor there. So his next turn, he should be out and ready to go.
That's the white dragon.
That is the white one. Yep.
And he's in. How close is he now?
Let's see. He was
I was
200
holding
feet.
my action.
He's 200 feet back, so he's in the middle. He's getting ready. He's kind of like at the entrance point of the corridor there. And he's getting ready to shoot down the entrance. At that point,
Is he with 120 feet of the entrance? Because I
Oh,
was
yeah.
holding my action to attack. Okay, so
Yeah, I was.
Yep.
So was I.
he's
Alright,
definitely within
so I'll-
120 feet there.
okay. Oh, what time of day is it?
Midday.
Is it midday? Okay, but they're still in the dark, right? They're inside.
Yes, they're still in the dark.
Do we need to roll, or do you want to roll first?
Either way, I'm getting my dice ready.
Okay. I'm just gonna roll.
All right, go ahead and roll.
So, is it a low? Come on. That's a 25 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
I'll make it a tripping attack. That's 7 damage, but it's a tripping attack.
How are you going to trip it when it's in the air and still a little bit of a distance away from you?
That's
Trip.
the feature.
It means like you're shooting the wing or something, right?
Gotcha.
So you're
Yeah.
interrupting their flight and they fall down.
Yeah, I hit its wing.
That's fine. Yeah, as long as you can explain it to me.
My 3 Eldritch Blasts were, I have a wicked high plus. 22, 27, and 28. So
Okay.
guessing those all hit.
All right, so how much damage did you do? Real quick.
I'm summing it up.
I'm asking
12.
Jacos.
Oh, sorry.
That was 7, I think, piercing damage.
7
Probably
piercing?
not much, but
Okay.
it's piercing. But he should be prone.
Okay.
And is it close enough to the explosives?
That depends on the person that set the explosives.
Because
We
I'm not.
haven't lit the explosives on fire yet, though, so they're just
Correct.
there.
Because if he's within a certain amount of feet, then he might be within our blast radius. But I don't know if we want to wait till the other dragons are now in blast radius too to get all of them.
We'll
I don't
see.
think anyone held their action to ignite, right?
I didn't hear it, so.
Yeah, no one did.
What was the damage from you there, Bragnell?
30 force damage.
30?
Yep.
Alrighty.
So I
Cool.
get out my little sling and I shoot little balls of light.
Cool. It falls to the ground. It is on the ground right now, but it doesn't look like you guys did a whole lot of damage to it. It's more pissed off than anything.
Right.
At that point, the copper dragon's going to take flight and fly over it, and he's going to make it to the mouth of the cave there.
I think that puts him at 20 feet of me.
That
I'm
puts him
not
at-
very far.
That puts him at 20 feet, and I am going to need you at 20 feet to give me a wisdom saving throw.
Hey. Oh, natural 1 for a 6.
Oh,
So, you speak Draconic.
I roll a natural 1 on the 1, so 7.
There you go.
Yeah, I speak Draconic.
Awesome. You're going to hear in Draconic the word grovel, as you must now fall prone as this dragon approaches you.
All right. I know what I'm doing next turn.
That's it.
Hey Nate.
Yeah.
I forgot to add the superiority die damage. That was 8.
That's fine. Okay.
Guessing it's just 8 more piercing, which probably doesn't do nothing.
That's fine with me.
Like, no! Oh, crap! I should have been better. I wasn't prepared. And I guess I will jump off the horse because I'm on the spirit horse. And
Right.
lie on the ground. And that's it for my turn. I can't do anything
That's
else.
it. That's it, my friend. The blue dragon's now going to come, and he's going to pass the copper dragon. He's going to be out of the cave at this point. And he's going to kind of look around there. And what's he going to do? Jacos, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
What kind of wisdoms? Okay, good.
What kind of wisdom saving throw? What kind of wisdom saving throw do you want me
The
to make?
wise kind.
Yeah, the wise kind.
It's a 21.
That should pass. So he's gonna say to you, to run, and you're just gonna kind of laugh at him.
I'll flip him a bird like, try that again.
Yeah. And it's your turn, Jackos.
Is he flying?
He's flying.
All right. I'm going to start doing what I do best. Time for that potion of haste. I'm gonna down it. I think that's an action to drink a potion, or is it a bonus action?
It's a bonus action to drink it.
Okay. And then once I've drinking that, I should still have one bonus, or do I not have any more bonus actions? But I have 2 full actions. I will throw another javelin at this guy. It's what is that? 18 to hit.
18 hits him.
And I will do another.
This is a different dragon.
Trip
so.
attack.
Okay.
I'll do another trip attack. It's 7 damage plus the superiority die is 3. So 10 in total piercing damage. And it should be on the ground, basically in front of me.
Yeah, no, that tracks.
And I'm going to pull out my Hazaron sword and just start going to town on this guy. I should have at least, I think I have 3 more attacks on this thing.
Okay.
That's 28 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
For 17, and I'll put another superiority die and then make that a goading attack. He's got to make I think it's a charisma saving throw.
Okay.
I got so many. It's a DC, a wisdom save of 18.
A wisdom
or
save.
He has to.
That's a 27.
Okay, so he makes it. So that was 17 plus 7 damage. I will make another attack, and that's a 16.
16 does not hit.
Okay, then I will hit one more time.
I think you've got bless on you.
27, 1d4. That last one was a 27. And
The 27 hits.
It was just a 1 to the 16,
it wouldn't have hit.
17 to 17.
No.
Okay. And that does 16 damage, but all this damage that this sword is doing is all necrotic, plus 7.
Okay, that's fine.
It's out of the 16 that I just did, 9 of that is necrotic.
That's fine.
And the rest is slashing.
Yep.
And then I will do my action surge, which will give me, I think, 4 more attacks.
Okay.
Sorry,
That's
this is going to take
12
me a while.
attacks in 6 seconds. Can you imagine just how fast he is moving in quote unquote real world, which is just
I know,
insane.
right?
I don't. That's 24 to hit
Yeah, go ahead.
for a 14 damage. 7 of that is slashing, and 15.
Nope, that doesn't
on
hit.
The less. Let's see if that helps. 15 plus 3, that's 18 to hit.
That hits. Yep.
And that will be 15 damage.
Mm-hmm.
7 of that is slashing, and I think I have still 2 more attacks.
Mm-hmm.
23 to hit for 12 damage. 7 of that is slashing,
Mm-hmm.
and one last attack, which is 20, not a natural 20, and that would be 12 damage again.
Alrighty. So as you pin down this dragon, and just beat the shit out of it, your last swing hits and it looks up at you and it glares and it shows its teeth and then it disappears and you see it reappear in midair, diving towards you. Jax, it's your turn.
I think you skipped Moxie
I did not.
because I've gone. Did Moxie action? Because I've gone already. I don't believe Moxie action.
No, I didn't skip Moxie. Moxie held the action because that's what you told him to do.
Okay. Okay. So all 3 dragons are out of the.
2 of them are. Well, one's at the doorway and one came out.
Oh, you know what? I just realized something.
Hmm?
He was prone, so all those attacks were at advantage. So
I mean,
I'll
you
just
can
take
sit
that
there
one
and
miss
you
and
can
try it again.
You can try that, sure.
I don't. Do we just roll? I don't know. See if
See
I
if
can
you
get
need a nat
natural
20.
because all of them are gonna hit.
Yeah, I'll let you do one more hit on it.
That was 28, so 10 more damage.
That's fine.
I need to remember that. It's hard to remember when you have all.
It's not prone anymore. It's now in the air, attacking you.
No, but I was just retconning a little bit.
That's fine. All right, Jax, it's your turn.
So I'm going to. There's one in the air and one on the ground.
Yes.
So the one in the air, I'm gonna hit it with an Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
Okay. So that's 3 beams. So that's 3 hits.
Mm-hmm.
Oops, sorry. I guess it would help to roll my attack. But 16 to hit.
Fails.
That's a real freaking bummer. Let me do one more then.
You have 2 more.
How about a 19 to hit?
19 hits.
Oh, then damage to that is 1.
Okay.
One more attack. That's 17 to hit.
That does not hit.
Okay, so that's my first action. Next one, I'll do the same thing. Eldritch Blast, 19 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
That's 10 damage.
Okay.
Shit. That's a 12. That doesn't hit.
Right.
And then the last one, 25 to hit.
Yep.
And that's 7 damage.
Mm-hmm.
And then bonus action. I should have did Hunter. No, that wouldn't matter. Hunter's Mark is only melee, right?
No.
So it's
No.
any.
I'm sorry.
No, it's not melee only. It's any attack.
You know what? What would happen? Okay, if I go into rage, it's been a while. Bear with me. It's been a while since I've done barbarian. That's any attack. It doesn't have to be a spell attack, or does it have
It's
to
a
be
melee.
melee?
That bar when you go on the rage, it's melee attacks.
Okay, that's what I figured. Because I'm in the air and I'm spell attacks. Okay. Yeah, I'll do Hunter's Mark
Mhm.
because I get. Yeah, that's on me. I should have done that. Yeah, I'll cast
Mhm.
Hunter's Mark
One.
on the dragon flying.
Okay.
What color is that dragon?
That's a sapphire dragon.
All right, that's my turn.
Hunter's Mark is a bonus action.
Yeah, I know. When I should have did it first.
Okay.
It's on me.
All right. So the copper dragon that's on the ground there, that's been pinned down, is going to whip its tail at you, Ragnall.
I mean, he's gonna hit me. He'd have to whiff it pretty hard.
For 28 to hit
That's
Ooh.
gonna hit.
and 20 damage.
All right. There goes my temp HP.
Yep. It's Moxie's turn, and she's going to. You want her to go after the one that's flying, right?
Yeah.
So she's gonna do a really cool thing. She's gonna go into rage and fucking Hulk out as she starts charging towards this sapphire dragon. And she's going to kind of lower her head and try and ram into it.
I'm on its back. I'm on her
Yeah, I
back.
know.
Don't forget.
I know.
All right.
So she's going to do 22 plus 5 to hit, so that's 27 to hit.
Good girl.
Oh no, I'm sorry, it's plus 5 to the damage. So she's going to do 10 damage to it while she fucking rams it. And I believe so she's gonna ram it with her head, and as she's doing that, she's gonna bring herself around and bite down on it as well. But misses the bite, unfortunately. So now you are on the same. So the saddle that you're on kind of keeps you grasp on there, but you're on a back of a dragon that is now air-to-air combat with another dragon. August, it's your turn. Cody, it's your turn.
All right. What?
So you've got
This
one
is very
dragon.
hard to imagine. Like one got teleported up in the air, another one's somewhere else, another one's so like.
So the to give you context here, the sapphire dragon's the one that's teleported. The copper dragon's the one that's at the entrance but on the ground, and the crystal dragon is still coming. Getting ready to come towards you. She's in the middle of the corridor there, and she kind of got pinned down to the ground. So once she gets a turn, you know she's going to try and break free of that and start coming again.
Okay,
so that's where all the dragons.
Two
are
of
at.
them are where I want them to be.
One of them's out. 2 of them are kind of where you want them to be. Yes.
All right, 2 of them are right where I want them to be. All right, let's do the big bang shebang.
Alrighty.
Bang, bang,
All right.
bang, bang.
I'm just going to cast Fireball at 4th level
Okay.
and shoot it at the one in the back, and it's just gonna light the thing, and then it's just gonna be like a football field of like fucking napalm that goes towards the front of the fucking cave.
Now, question
Nice.
for you, because you might not be seeing this one. Ragnall's also right there because he
I'm
just got
20 feet outside of the cage.
He's
Right.
20 feet outside of the
Or out of
cave.
and he just got
He's
whipped
fine.
by a tail. Okay. Cool.
He's fine.
There you go.
He's outside. They're the ones that are gonna be fucked.
Alrighty.
All right. Throw the fucking thing. I'm gonna grab Ragnall, and we're gonna run a little bit further back.
Alrighty. I'm gonna give, as you do that, I'm gonna give all the people that are there, so there'd be Jakos and Frieden, the chance to run back as well before this thing explodes. And then we'll see how much damage it does to these
I
dragons.
appreciate you not killing me.
Yeah. All right. So you grab Ragnar, you run, you throw this thing. As that's happening, Rosia, what are you doing?
Waiting for somebody to get fucking hurt. That's accurate though.
If it makes
And
any
nothing
sense to you, Ragnar did get 20 points hit. I'm just saying.
But that just got rid of my temp HP, so I'm still at
Yeah.
full.
Correct.
That's not worth it.
Do you need me to roll damage for the fireball for the one in the back, though?
I'm going to take care of all of them with the explosion that's about to happen. Because rocks are going to be involved and you're going to collapse this door.
Yeah.
Good times.
Did Jakos just use his action surge, or did we have a
He
haste
did.
dropped on him? Okay.
He did
I
both.
did all that stuff.
Oh, he has a haste dropped on him.
Yeah, and he
I,
action
I,
surged.
I hasted myself.
I
That's why I
don't believe
attacked
that
8
haste was
times.
stacked.
Nate, did you do Moxie's extra attack?
Mm-hmm.
You did 2 attacks?
Yep.
I'm just gonna hold my action.
Alrighty. Frieden, before this thing explodes, what's going on?
I am hauling major ass as fast as I can.
Yeah. Okay. Are you going to try and attack the dragon that's in the air, or do you have any distance attacks that you can do that
I
with?
don't have a range. I don't have a ranged weapon
All
or
right.
a ranged attack. Everything is all melee.
Cool. I'm so happy about that.
Add DM doesn't know.
Alrighty. So the you guys all back up. You got one dragon, 2 dragons pinned down, one in the air. This explosion happens. And I need, because it's just so fun. Cody, I need you to roll for me 20 D10.
All right.
Holy shit, Nate.
125.
Ooh, that's fun. That takes care of that one. All right. So oh wait, hold on. I did it to the wrong one. That still takes care of that one. That's fine. So the crystal dragon that's all the way in the back, the rocks pile on him and that thing done. The copper dragon that's kind of towards the end there, it also gets collapsed on and he's still alive, but barely. Like if you're looking at him, he's got like his head sticking out, but the rest of him is covered in boulders, not even rocks, boulders. Like this mountain just fell on top of him. He's having a hard time breathing. You just hear as like the rocks are falling, just bones cracking. And he is not in good shape whatsoever.
Well, and there's also the spell that's going to be doing some damage here
Mm-hmm.
in this turn, correct?
Yes, there is. So go ahead and do that spell damage there.
Well, it's not mine. It was somebody else's that did it. I just remember.
Oh no, that was back in the cave. That was trying to catch each one of them as they ran out.
Yep.
I think he's talking about Rosie's held turn.
We'll see what Rosia's held turn did. Rosia, are you using your turn to heal dragons? No?
No.
Alrighty. So with that, it is the copper dragon's turn there. And he's gonna really, really like have a hard time breathing. And as he takes a deep breath in as much as he can with his collapsed rib cage there, as a ditch effort, he's going to spray his weapon at kind of out towards you guys. So that is going to go 60 feet forward. So that might catch Ragnar and August. So I need you two, real quick, to do a dexterity saving throw for me.
Okay.
As he's going to try and get you.
Pretty sure I can't. A 14 with my bless doesn't work.
Okay. 14 with your bless.
Yep.
Oh, very low.
Oh,
Oof.
you're holding me and dragging me back because I'm still groveling on the ground. And so we both fail. So I'm like, no, I must grovel. And you're like, get up off the ground.
So you guys are, you're trying to get away. You're trying to get away as this acid shoots out. And it's going to pierce through your armor there. And you guys are going to take 52 damage of acid.
I use absorb elements as a reaction.
Okay. Cool.
How far in there are they?
They would have had to be within 60 feet of them. So
It was 52.
52.
Within 60 feet of them doesn't mean anything
Within
to me.
60 feet of the entrance of the dragon.
Okay.
And as he does that, his last aching breath, that dragon dies. Ragnar, it's your turn.
Can I say good riddance? And I'll spit in his direction, and then I'll look up at the one in the air,
Mm-hmm.
and say, "Why don't you just die like the others?" And he'll probably get out of it. But I need him to make a intelligence saving throw for me.
Ooh. He fails. I don't care what the damn throw is. When you
Oh.
roll a 6, you fail.
Nice. So that's 5d10 damage, and the world around him is just full of Ragnall's face.
Okay.
And just like sticking its tongue out and whatever.
Yeah.
For DM, if he moves, he takes an additional 10d10 damage.
Well, he's flying, so he's definitely going to move.
Yeah.
You don't just hover in one
So-
spot there.
I mean, if you want me just to roll both damages, I can do that.
Yeah, do it.
All right. So the first payload is 31 points of
Mhm.
psychic damage.
Okay, yeah.
And let me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nope. Plus 44. That was a bad roll. 44 additional points.
All right. He's
so
not
75.
Yeah, he's not happy with that. He's very much on the not happy spectrum.
So is he still flying now, or is he
He's weakly flying. Yes. But
And I'm
Ragnar,
not gonna. Yeah.
go ahead. What are you saying?
I was gonna say I'm about to heal myself, and then I'll look over at Rosia and see her like reach out like excited to heal someone, and I won't heal myself.
Okay.
My whole action is
wait,
actually to heal you.
She wants to do this. It's okay, and I won't use my bonus action to heal myself. I'll just say, "Oh, I'm really hurt, Rosia. I could really use your help."
Mhm.
My held action was actually to heal. I was just gonna wait for you to resolve your turn.
All right. Do you want to use your held action to heal?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
So that's gonna be 20 points of healing for both of them as she casts Mass Cure Wounds.
Nice. Ragnar.
Yep.
You hear something in your ear, a whisper in Draconic of sorts. I need you to roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Another one of those? Not been rolling great. Oh, that's another bad roll. 14. Oh wait, plus. Probably still wouldn't even make it. A total of 16. Yeah.
You needed to do a 17.
Yeah.
That's a bummer.
Uh-huh. You were going to take a little bit of damage here, unfortunately.
Do I want to take damage? How far away is the big guy? The flying guy from me?
60 feet away from you.
Okay.
It's 16 points of psychic damage as he whispers sweet nothings into your ear.
Oh, I'm okay with it.
That's not horrible. You only have him left, right?
Yeah. Well, I'm sure that's all we have. The ground rumbling is just, tectonic activity.
It's just tectonic activity.
All right, my turn's over.
His turn's over. Jacos, it's your turn.
Do you need me to take the turn? Do you want him just to be dead?
That's up to you.
Okay. I'll throw a javelin at him.
Yeah, go ahead, throw a javelin at him.
It's a 19 to hit,
Yeah, 19 hits.
and it's a trip attack,
He's going to take some fall damage.
which is 6 plus 8.
Yeah, he's
You
dead.
already die. Okay.
So you bring him down to his knees as you finish that dragon off.
Dun, 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 dun.
Jax.
Mm-hmm.
So we're out of combat.
The 3 dragons
Well,
are dead.
I'm gonna rush
Oh.
into the cave while I'm still hasted
How?
to see if there's
You blocked it
anything
off.
else. It's blocked off.
Yeah, you blew up the entrance.
Hey, I'm a dwarf. Rocks don't mean nothing to me.
That's a
I'll
lot of rock.
pick right through it.
It'll take you a long time to get through that many rocks. It's about 80 feet of tunnel and rocks exploded. It's a lot of rocks.
I'll
I'll
just start
fall
collecting
on the
teeth
ground
like I
and
always
really
do.
hamming it up, saying like, "Oh, Rosia, save me! I'm dying."
Yeah.
No, just
I'm
scratch
gonna
it.
look down at Ragnar and just be like, really?
I mean, I am hurt.
If you keep up the
I
act, you
just,
will be
like-
dying.
Are you still being held by me as like I'm dragging you backwards?
I'm assuming when we got sprayed with acid, we kind of separated a little bit.
Okay.
But I'm close to you.
So-
Yeah, I'm only like 5 feet away from you. I'm not far.
Yeah, I didn't get too far because once I saw that I was just getting away from the explosion.
I'm
because
just
wasn't
gonna
sure how
look
big
at
it was gonna
Rose-
be.
and kind of like roll my eyes at him.
Rosia like lands
Oh.
on the ground next to both of you, like, I'm sure you're okay.
I mean, yes, but I know you like healing and helping people, so I'm just helping you feel better. You're welcome.
Oh, thank you so much for the help. I really do need it.
You're welcome.
Well, are we like convinced that we're out of combat?
Do a perception check.
Yeah, sure. I have eyes.
Yeah. Sometimes.
23.
23?
Yeah.
So
I have
as you
23
guys
eyes.
Yeah, 23 eyes. So as you guys are, yes, everything's well done. You see something kind of weird happen there. The mountain that's next to it, the hill that's kind of next to the cave that you were at, shifts.
Did anybody else see that?
I thought this seemed too easy.
And the
No,
one
I
on the
flipped
other
it.
side of the
Moving around.
cave shifts.
This isn't good.
Maybe I should heal myself, and I'll slap myself in the chest and heal myself a little bit.
Okay.
Guys, it looks like a rock slide.
I was about to
Get
just drop
back.
prayer of healing, but I've got 10 minutes on that, so.
Oh, you have a healing spell up?
No, I would need to take 10 minutes to cast it.
Oh,
which is why I asked
I've
if we
got-
were convinced we were out of combat.
Right.
Oh, I'm not letting you guys get off that easy. That was
Does
way
it look
too
like
easy.
a rock slide?
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Does it look like a rock slide? It looks like the hill is moving.
Usually
Do
that means
we all want to get away from here and maybe deal with
Yeah.
this another day or maybe a week or month after we figured out what's going on here?
Jax,
I
it's
could
your turn.
Pull all those butts out right now if we want.
Jax,
It's my turn.
it's you and Moxie's turn. What are you two going to do?
Hold our action. Figure out what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
wanna look.
Whoa.
Yeah, if we just want to leave. I've got word of recall already.
Right?
We can all just go back to the temple.
Oh, fuck
I
it.
mean-
I'll fly off then. Moxie and I'll fly off.
You're flying
Are we
off
here to
or
kill
up?
more dragons? I mean, was it just the 3 dragons, or were there more? How good was our intel on this?
What do we know about
I
this
imagine the
idea?
intel was kill the 3 dragons.
Was it? I wasn't paying attention.
I mean, look, if the world is moving around us and growing, then we probably need to deal with that also.
Yeah.
Especially, it might be related to the whole Tiamat thing again.
The tunnel that you guys have just collapsed. You see a little yellow speck start to glow in the middle of it. And then almost like these little yellow stars start to create a little circle as the circle grows bigger and bigger
I'm
and
gonna back
bigger
it
Get out of the way.
as what seems to be a portal starts to form.
Oh, great.
Good?
Who would have guessed that we would, of course, have to deal with this as well as the dragons?
And the 2 hills are still moving.
So let's rock, paper, scissors, no pun intended, decide if we're going to go in the portal or do use the recall.
Can
What do y'all
someone
wanna do?
banish the portal?
Say that again, Otto.
Can someone banish the portal?
I don't think we can cut it.
I mean, I can't dispel it. Someone could try dispelling it, but that looks like pretty big magic to me.
It
Mhm.
looks a little bit stronger than
Yeah.
maybe I would be able to handle.
Rosia,
Yeah.
Yeah,
how good was that perception again?
23. I have 23 individual eyes.
Yeah. Something starts moving towards you. I will give you one opportunity alone to dodge out of the way.
Yeah, we'll dodge. I assume dexterity.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm not dodging. I can tell you that right now.
Mhm.
That was a 6.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense actually, because
That's it.
you're kind of like at shocked to see this huge thing kind of fall on you. With a 28 to hit, this giant, it looks like a giant landmass almost is just coming down on top of you. It's going to do 21 points of damage.
The fucking hill jumped on me.
And I need you to roll a 28. I need you to roll a strength saving throw. Sorry, not a 28, a strength saving throw.
19?
Yeah, nope. You are knocked down and prone as this thing slams on top of you.
The fucking hill jumped me.
That's new.
And Jax, as you are hovering above, you kind of see a little bit more. This is not a hill. This is a gargantuan being with a mouth and hit Rosia with its tail. And on the other side, you see something very similar as it comes out of the ground and shimmers gold as you are now faced with 2 huge dragon-like beings. One, an ancient dragon turtle, and the other, a gold great worm.
Every time you say huge, I just think of Donald Trump.
It's so
huge.
huge. It's the biggest that you've ever seen. And it is you and Moxie's turn.
At this point, I think we're gonna hold our action until it shows aggression. I mean, does it look aggressive?
It just beat the fuck out of
Oh, right,
Rosia.
hey, okay, yeah, fuck it. Moxie would do her breath attack. She would
Yeah.
tell her, give her the command again.
Sure, let's hope that Moxie
And-
can attack it and hit it.
And you said there's a turtle. Which one attacked Rosia? The turtle or the?
The to let you know, it was the ancient dragon turtle.
Okay.
Fucking
Um,
ow.
Yeah.
I would have to recast.
Okay, so it's gonna fail. Hold on, let me cast the thing first. Okay.
Oh, you know what? I can't.
So it's gonna do 19 damage to that thing.
Oh.
Yes. As that just does nothing. Okay. Go ahead. What were you doing?
All these content spells. I have my thing on Mox. No, it's over by now, right? The one I cast on Moxie. Yeah, it's been a minute.
Mhm.
Let me. How far is the dragon from me?
Not that far. About maybe you thought it was a hill. Maybe about 60 feet away, but not super far at all.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Damn it! I can't make up my mind because I don't want to waste a spell slot.
Well, you
So
ain't gonna
I'm-
last very much longer, so might as well waste the spell slot.
Can
At
y'all
all?
can you quickly use the recall? Because we're all close together.
Moxie and Jax are not. They're in the air.
They could also fly away together, though.
They could.
All right, you guys, we're out.
Leave him to
But-
the mercy to the golden dragons there.
Our job is to defeat these dragons,
Mhm.
to prevent this portal. So this is kind of what we came for.
That's it.
Okay.
Figure out what smite I want to use here.
Smite the
Let's
fuck
go
out
for
of it.
Let's go for the blinding smite.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
The bonus action blinding smite,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then I'm going to action attack it with my javelin of lightning.
Ooh, yeah, go ahead.
So
Better hope you hit.
you've got to be fucking kidding.
Are you blessed at all?
It doesn't matter if she's blessed or not.
Doesn't matter.
But
Nope,
sure.
I have a second attack. So second attack.
Yeah,
Yes,
but
you
it's
can.
gonna waste your smite. All right. Go ahead and roll bless on that one, please.
No.
Yeah,
Bless is
that was bless over. Yeah, nope. Sorry, that
only a
doesn't
minute
hit.
long.
21 doesn't hit.
Nope.
Are you fucking kidding me,
Nope.
Daniel? Like, well, yeah, that's my turn.
Yeah, so you sit there and throw your javelin of lightning at this thing. And you see nothing happen to it. As a matter of fact, your javelin hits and the tip bends and it falls to the ground.
Like, guys, that didn't work.
And you're gonna hear Moxie speak to this thing in Draconic. So how many people here speak Draconic?
Ragnar,
Me.
I do.
I
Okay.
do not.
you have a character who doesn't understand a language. So
Mhm.
weird.
I know, that's so weird. All right. Who are the ones that don't speak it? There's 3 of you?
I don't.
Just
I'm
Tio
trying to
and
see what languages I do speak.
I don't think you speak Draconic.
I feel like I definitely
don't
should
think
have
so.
learned Draconic.
You think you should have
But-
learned it, but no.
Yeah, should have
The
taken
thing
something
is,
for that.
though, Nate,
Uh-huh.
if I have a little dragon boy, adopted dragon boy, you think I'd have picked up at least a couple words.
I don't know. If you adopt it, it's like adopting a boy from or a girl from another country. If you don't ever teach it that, they'll never know it, right? So
You're gentrifying the adopted
yeah.
kid.
So for those of you that do not speak Draconic, temporarily need you to drop off,
Okay.
and I will tell you when you can come right back in.
Get out of here.
I'm just gonna really check. that
I don't know another way to do this.
private chat.
I can only do
I
2
speak
in there.
Dwarfish.
They're not speaking Dwarvish,
Okay, give me a second.
Dwarvish and Draconic are basically the same.
right?
I know they sound same gurgly sounds.
August, you said that you speak Draconic.
You already left. Oh wait, no.
No, you didn't. Cody, you
That's
said you
Kelly.
speak Draconic.
I do.
So Moxier is going to ask a very peculiar question to a lot of you. And the question she asks is, why are you doing this? And how do we get you guys to stop? Because she can kind of size it up. These are really big beings.
Mm-hmm.
And they respond to her that they just want to go to a world where dragons are accepted. They don't want to be the last dragons here, only to be killed. We don't want to bring any other dragons back. We just want to leave. But it is going to take a sacrifice. And unfortunately, it is the heroes that destroyed Tiamat. There is no way around it.
They have to sacrifice us.
In order to open the portal big enough for them to go through it.
I mean, at least that doesn't include myself.
That's true. It does not.
If you guys just stopped attacking everyone, I mean, the whole reason we're set here is the dragons attacked the local villages and stole from them and murdered dozens of people, hundreds.
The gold
I don't think we
dragon.
want to be here.
The gold one says, "Is that really going to stop the rest of the world from trying to kill us? We are the last 3, and all we've seen is bloodshed against our kind. You might not want to kill us, but they'll send someone else too. Hatred for the dragon has come. You've
We
seen it
can turn
yourself."
back. Of course I have. We can turn it back. I mean, some of it is founded. I mean, there has been a mass culling. I'll give you that, but there also has been attacks by dragonkind on everyone. I mean, it hasn't been good this last couple of decades. We need to have some olive branch at some point.
Is the world willing to accept that? You, little kind of dragon being, is the world willing to accept that?
Probably not. No.
So what other options do we have but preservation?
I'd imagine at this point, Mox not allow go
That Mox is what?
would not allow this to go much further. Like, would not, especially Jax, allow Jax to sacrifice.
Mox, well, ask Mox.
I mean, are you all truly the last ones? I would think not. There are quite a few friendly dragons of the non-chromatics that are friends with cities and other places around the world that have made friendships with mankind.
No, we are the last of the dragons. There are the dragonborns, but do you see what's happening to them? Hatred even towards them. Hatred even towards your friend here.
Our friend, I've raised her before she was born, and I've cared for her. I love her. She is my family.
That is only you. The rest of the world doesn't know that. The rest of the world might not care. And
I
honestly,
would die to protect.
here you are. Are you willing to die to save her life?
I would.
Then here's your chance. We are offering to make this portal big enough for the 2 of us and her, and we can keep her safe in another realm.
How do I know you wouldn't try to corrupt? And ultimately, it's her decision to go. Moxie, what do you want to do?
Moxie is, as you can tell, very conflicted. On the one hand, she does not want to leave you. On the other hand, she doesn't want to die, and she knows that she's outnumbered if she fights. You're all outnumbered if you fight.
What of your sacrifice? You said that you needed a sacrifice.
Yes, we need
What would that
this,
sacrifice?
your lives as
So
exchange for her.
you're going to kill us, my dragon.
In order to make the portal big enough, there has to be some sort of payment. And for this type of ritual, it would be the payment of blood that has killed a great evil. You've killed Tiamat. Your lizard friend has killed Tiamat. The dwarf has killed Tiamat. The elf, the cleric, has killed Tiamat. Each one of us must take a life.
So only 2?
3 if Moxie's coming. Now choose.
Look, I've lived longer than most kobolds at this point. I only have a couple of, honestly, minutes left in my life. I should be dead already 10 times over. But, I said about an olive branch. This is, I suppose, an olive branch.
I mean, are we just talking about death? It just takes our death?
It takes
Assuming
us.
permanent death, too.
It takes us to kill you. We need to shed the blood.
And it's just the blood you need.
Well, the life, but yes.
Alive. So that includes the soul, or not?
Not necessarily. Just the life.
Well then, you can take mine instead of one of theirs.
Did you kill Tiamat?
Not really.
Then yours would just be a unfortunate lost life.
What are the other characters just
Yeah, I think
standing?
at this point we're having a cordial conversation. It's tense, but
It's tense,
We would-
and it's all in Draconic.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, I think we
they're
would
just
turn
going
around
there.
and bring them in, especially the ones whose
Yep.
lives are on the line.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of wondering.
You want to bring them back in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said no. You're supposed to say no before you come back in.
Yeah.
I think to introduce them to the concept, I'll just turn around to them as we've been chatting in Draconic and say, look, I've lived old enough. I can die I don't know if any one of you wants to sacrifice yourself with no context. That's what they get from Ragnall.
I'm
Nice.
sorry, what?
What?
I'm sorry, what? What was that?
I've lived like 3 or 4 times, 10 times. I don't know. Kobolds don't live very long. I mean, it seems like a
No,
fair.
no, I got that. I understand that. What I'm talking about is what do you mean sacrifice yourself?
Well, I mean, it's the way. Otherwise, they'll have to fight them and the big thing and whatever.
If we sacrifice ourselves, are they not going to summon Tiamat?
The
No, they're
dragons.
trying to leave.
The dragons just want to leave, and they need to use the life force of the ones that killed Tiamat to do so. So that excludes myself, sadly. And then they need one per each of the dragons, is what it sounds like.
Oh,
So
sorry. I
But
should have
I-
explained that.
listen, guys, you guys are thinking too much about this. Look, this is what really killed Tiamat, and I'll show him the sword. It's sentient. It's got a soul. Shouldn't this work?
You just hear a bunch of garble in Draconic that you just don't understand.
What do you say?
He said it's not the soul that counts.
Okay, apparently it's just the blood. So if that is the case, I have enough, and we should have enough that I can make it so that who one of you that's picked, that's killed, I can make it so you're just fine.
I mean,
Somebody
I-
can die. I can just bring you back.
I don't think that's the way it goes. These sort of crazy rituals usually suck the life force, the essence, the soul. I mean, I don't know if whoever does this, their soul is damned or gets to move on. And I'll kind of ask that question to the dragons, like, what happens to those who sacrifice? We just
I'm
die,
guessing they like.
or do we get sucked in and are in eternal torment?
Okay. All right. So
Do the dragons have an
I'm-
answer about what happens to the people who might sacrifice themselves?
Yeah, I was waiting for Brian to
Oh,
state
sorry.
his thing.
okay. So I'm obviously I'm a paladin, even though I'm not part of an order because I was expelled from my order, but I still have very strong paladin leanings. What is going to happen if we just recall back to and get away? What's going to happen? What are they going to do? What are the dragons going to do? Because that's going to
Well, that's a
cause me
great
to make the decision that
That's a great question. So that they need, from what you're understanding, is they need the blood in the life of the ones that killed Tiamat in order to make this ritual happen, to make this spell happen. They are the last of the dragons, and as any species getting ready to go extinct, they are going to fight to preserve their lineage. You
they
can
don't. So basically, what I'm understanding is that if we don't do this, so that they can leave to continue their lineage, then then they could potentially destroy the world,
they're going to try to do what they can to leave.
preserve themselves.
That's correct. And they're pretty big, so it's not like you're gonna fight them one-on-one.
Are these like Godzilla-sized creatures?
They're the size of hills. They're huge.
That doesn't tell me. Is this like the size of Godzilla?
Sure, yeah,
Smaller.
pretty much.
All right. It's been about a minute since I've seen this creature. How many hit points does this thing have?
Which one?
The big one.
They're both big. So choose.
It seems like you've
Gold
both
or
talked
turtle?
for about- I'll just say the turtle.
409.
I think we take him.
You wanna know how much the other one has? I'll give you a hint.
Sure.
It's not more. I'm sorry, it's not less.
So it's got another 100 there.
And they can do 2
But-
legendary actions per turn.
So, Nate, what happens when you never really answer the question? What happens when you die?
Well, it's only a body thing. You have to remain dead. You can't be resurrected. That'll
Yeah, 'cause
reverse
I
the
have
spell.
Revivify. So,
Right.
So we
Okay.
could like go get a wizard and make them cast clone or whatever.
Whoa, 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 whoa! I said I can save one. Don't you dare!
Can I try casting spell casting? Probably spell magic.
It does nothing to the soul. They don't need your soul. They don't need to consume your soul. They just need to trade a life to save a life.
So
No, and I'm asking if I can just like prevent them using magic. But I said their spell spellcasting probably too high. What, it's like level 4 spell magic.
Say that again because you're cutting in and out.
So I said I was thinking about using dispel magic, but then I said their spell cast, like the spells are cast, are probably high.
Oh, it's a fucking beastly spell, yeah.
Yeah.
So
How
I'm
close
as
the two do
I'm-
you
I'm
need to
speaking as-
kill them?
How
so
close?
I'm speaking as Frieden. To me, this is a noble, and I'm speaking not as Frieden, but I'm saying this isn't as noble as you can possibly get, because if these two dragons can't escape to continue to propagate their race, then they're going to run rampant, and there's going to be a lot of innocent people that are going to die. So he's going to take the paladin way and volunteer himself.
Did you kill
But
Tiamat?
you didn't kill the dragons. You can't. It doesn't count.
Yeah.
He's going to
That's gotta be-
volunteer. He's going to volunteer to be killed. Is what I'm saying.
Right.
Yeah, but you didn't kill Tiamat, so your death would be
Oh,
null.
You weren't part of the group that did that.
One of the conditions is you had to have killed Tiamat, killed a
Oh.
large, huge beast. That's why I'm excluded as well. So
So how
join
many
the
of us are
club.
left then?
I
It's
can't
just
quite.
It's just 3 of us, right? That are left.
4 of you technically.
Well, you only need to send 2. If you want to keep Moxia with you, we only need to send the 2 of them. Which, how close together do the 2 bodies need to be killed?
I mean,
When
how-
you're casting this spell, do they have to be killed immediately together, within a day span, within a week span, to create this portal? Like, what's my time frame?
They need to be killed as part of casting the spell. The ritual, rather.
Okay, can you give me like 6 hours?
No.
No.
As you can see, the portal's already starting to open.
I mean, what if we just shrink you down? Like, anyone got like polymorph? We shrink you to small turtle size. You just accept it, go through the portal. And on the other side, in a couple hours, it wears off your big turtle.
I mean, is this the plane that you're originally from? Are you trying to go back where you're from?
No. This is a new. Well, actually, you can't understand that, but they would say in Draconic.
Ask in general.
Yeah, they're gonna say back in Draconic that this is a different plane. The one that we're from is the one that we currently are on, and they have forsaken us and committed genocide against our race. We're
I don't
escaping as
know.
refugees.
Realistically, I don't know that Moxie would allow Jack to sacrifice. Like, I think it would end up in a fight, and Moxie would fight to the death. So I don't know. Like,
I
I'm
mean,
just
Rothia
thinking.
wouldn't let you do it either.
Yeah. Like,
What
I mean,
about
would-
if we just let
he would-
Moxir go to save the race,
he would
and
do it,
no one
but
has to die?
I don't think, like, story wise.
And here we come to the crux of the question, my friends. The question that we've asked for a long time. Are dragons born evil? Do they turn evil? What's the answer?
Do we believe the dragon turtle and the dragon that they're going to actually leave once we kill ourselves?
Insight check.
Sure.
I wish I could give you like an advantage or something. 'Cause that's-
Can't speak the language.
I-
Trying to figure out how much I believe them.
Oh, then you get disadvantage on that too because you don't
Oh,
understand the
that
language.
was a nat 20. Okay, 26. I have a plus 10 to my insight.
Alright, so
Nate.
besides getting smacked with a tail as they started moving, right? They haven't really.
Yeah, they did beat the fuck out of me.
They hit you with a tail, okay, and they're pretty big. They just started moving. They probably didn't see you. You could
Flattened me.
go that, yeah, sure. They seem pretty sincere. There's no aggression in their tone that you can hear. So I would, as you assume, that they would be sincere enough. You've fought many dragons before, and you fought very anxious and very angry dragons, and these are not the type of emotions and feelings and really, it's not really the energy that you're picking up from these two.
Maybe I have a deal for you two, right? So they're kind of threatening us, threatening the world, saying we got to die to save you. And if we don't die, you're going to go on a rampage and destroy local towns and whatever. Is that kind of the summary of your request here?
Our request is that we're going to do what we need to preserve our race.
Right. I get that. But let's say we say no, right? And we just go away. You have no way of preserving your request. What do you do then? You're going to go destroy the towns and attract attention to yourself?
Then people will continue to attack us, and we will have to kill them in order to survive.
Okay, so you're not going to go out and attack other people is what you're telling us here, right?
They're going to attack us, and we're
Okay.
going to fight back.
So
What if they
could you
don't
not
attack?
do this, this ritual in a year's time or 3 years' time? Why does it have to be today? Like, granted, the people are hunting you down, but is there a reason why it's today? It can't be tomorrow or a week from tomorrow.
Is tomorrow guaranteed?
Yeah, Luke.
Yeah.
I don't speak the language.
But
Fuck it.
I'm kind of saying the world's a big place, right? So
So-
I will willingly come to you and let you cross over when the time is there. Like, I will have my word, whatever you want to do there. And an agreement made in honesty and openness is better than one at the edge of a sword. And frankly, if you're threatening the world, then maybe you're not worth saving. But if you're willing to live in peace and to show that, then yes.
This
How
coming
about
from
this?
the Dragon Slayers.
The dragon slayers, because dragons were attacking and killing innocent people, right? We're not going around saying, "Hey, dragon," and smothering a innocent dragon into sleep. One of us is a dragon. Towns are being destroyed by dragons. I understand you may say they have reasons for attacking them, but they're still killing people, or were killing people by the scores.
I have a thought process, and you can relay this to them. What if we ask them for some kind of token to show that we killed them, and we can say that we have slain the dragons, and they will live in peace at this point, and then people won't come looking for them. We didn't even know that they were here because we thought they were giant hills.
Right. We can find you a space at the edge of the world. I'll inscribe a teleportation circle there, and when it's time, we can come. I can come to your doorstep, and you can devour me and go someplace else, right? But until then, you can live at the edge of the world in peace, and the rest of the world will not be any wiser. They will believe you are gone.
But isn't it the reason why they're trying to do this right now is because this portal's only going to be open for like a little bit of time?
Well,
It's
that's what I asked
opening
you.
right now.
What's the guarantee of tomorrow? So, I mean,
Right.
why do you have to do it today?
The portal is opening right now.
Why
Yeah,
was
so
the
open it
portal
tomorrow.
opened?
The worlds have collided. They only collide every couple thousand years.
But that's like a blink of an eye for
Just because we live long does not mean it's a blink of an eye for me. 1,000 years for me is still 1,000 years for you. I just have to watch it and you get to die.
I have influence. I could work with the realm leaders. Sure, you're safe.
How
It doesn't
long
have
does
to be
this
this way.
portal stay open?
Another hour.
Would I?
Perfect. All right, that's the only time I need. You can have 2 people killed. I instantaneously clone on one person, and then I start a short rest.
Would I think that Saloon would be willing to help these guys?
You can ask.
Yeah, I mean, I have a divine intervention. Do I think that I could use it to do this?
How did we
Use
deal
it
with
to
the
have
last
the-
divine intervention?
Yeah, just eliminate them.
Yeah, kill them.
No, I
By
just
the
want
way-
to ask her to send them to the world they want to go to.
You may ask her.
Yeah, okay.
I cast the clone on Tornus for the moment, or Ragnall.
Okay.
It'll be Rothia for the other person. Well, Rothia will sit down and we'll start the prayer, and I will roll this percentile die and see where it lands for this divine intervention.
Mm-hmm.
So I rolled a 5, which is lower than my
Hey.
level 11, which means
Oh
that it
my
would go
God.
through.
Oh my god.
I have the worst luck with dice, and yet that one came out perfect.
Hey,
You
you're
I mean,
rolling
you need to
low.
roll low.
Actually got divine intervention.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
All right.
I rolled a 5. I really thought that was gonna end up as like a 25 or something, and I was gonna be sad.
Ask your request. Say your prayer out loud to Saloon.
Saloon, we are asking that you either prolong this, that either you can prolong the portal's time open so that these dragons can get to their intended destination, perhaps without murdering both 2 of us, or that you can move them on your own, with your own divine grace, to another world where they will be safe from, the likes of us.
Go to the private chat.
Okay, make me pray out loud, then tell me to go to the private chat.
Damn straight. Well, what, you think they're going to hear what Saloon says?
No.
Some straight up nonsense. This is kind of where we like to come full circle here.
Yeah.
So you are in the presence of Saloon, and she asks you a very simple question. 2 questions.
Okay.
Who am I, and what is your purpose?
You are the goddess of the night, my lady in silver, the one who is here to protect and guide those who are afraid of the dark. And my purpose is to be your messenger in this life and ensure that people are no longer afraid of the things that go bump in the night, but to embrace them instead.
Correct. I have something for you that is not in this lifetime that'll allow you to be my agent, but it is going to cost you. It'll be in a time where you can no longer be Rosia, but you will be another. If you are going to be my light in the future, you need to be able to protect today. Your dragon is extremely important, and we need to save her life. She cannot be on this plane. I am not a shifter. I can't just shift planes. Where she must go, I cannot intervene, and this portal is the only option for her.
You want me to send Maxtir her way?
Yes,
What of the other two?
that is up to you. Do you sanction life or not?
Of course I do.
They're the one casting the spell. What should you do, Rosia?
I am prepared to give my life for this to succeed both for our dragon, for them, and for you. If I give my life and sacrifice it, can you make it so that only my life is needed to be taken?
It will be done. It will take a lot of energy from me, but it will be done.
Thank you, my lady.
All right, go back in.
Actually, very valid.
That was part of our prep before coming here.
It probably
Yeah,
was.
definitely.
You learned it from your last character when they died, right?
Yeah.
That this one always going forward always has a clone about.
We're just all immortal in our own way.
So Rosia goes into a trance for a brief minute. Obviously, she's casting divine intervention, so she speaks with her deity.
She comes out of it and kind of stands and looks over the group, and she'll walk over to Jax and take both of her hands. I have something that I need to tell you.
Okay. Well, Jax is on the dragon, so
Well,
yeah, I guess
she like motions for her to like come down.
yeah, we'll come
Yeah.
down. Okay.
And she kind of like
Oh.
leads her away from the dragon a little bit. You are not going to like this, but I need to borrow Muxtir.
What do you mean borrow?
I mean that I will need to send her away.
Where are you sending?
Her life is not safe here, and she is very important to the future of our world and for your family. We will need to send her through this portal with the others.
We will look at this as a betrayal. And we have another plan. We may not need. We can just send them. We don't have to send her. We'll all be okay. She just kind of looks over.
I have
At August.
something for you. She takes off the necklace that she wears, which is the symbol of Saloon. It's a little crescent moon and a couple stars around it. She hands it to Jax.
What do I do with this?
It is just for you. You will know when you need it.
She'll stare at it for a moment, put it on.
I have a question for you. I'm gonna
Mhm.
text you though.
Nate.
Yeah.
How long have we been like together again?
As a group, the
Yeah.
campaign took about, we'll call it 2 years to go through and defeat Tiamat, and then
Okay.
50 years after. So
Okay,
A very long time.
we've been a
while.
group for a very long while.
right,
All right, all right.
within that 50 years, it's been off and on, but yes, for about 50 years.
Oh, okay. All right.
You
Yes.
said that you had another plan. What do you propose?
Well, because we've been together for so long, don't you remember the time that I took a little substance from each of you
Of course.
and put it in my tower? You all are safe. We could all die here and we'll be fine. You can kill as many of the yous they need. 1, 2, 3, it doesn't matter.
Only one person needs to die. It will be me.
Sure. Once they die, I'll teleport us back to my wizard's tower and we can have tea with them in the morning.
She'll kind of like give a little nod and then like motion at the dragons because she can't tell them herself.
So Moxie gets to stay, right? Jax is really going to
No.
lose a friend.
We cannot let her stay.
But what about August's plan?
It will be unsafe for Maxia to stay here. Even if it succeeds and I come back. Which August is saying that I will. For this to work and for it to be me that dies here and not have all of us die here or more than one. Serve things in the future for us. Maxia also needs to go. She will not die, and you will see her again.
So Loon said she would be unsafe.
Yes.
So I guess at that point, go over and everything. Moxie just explain exactly what Rocio did.
As you're talking to Maxir, you see something change in her eyes. Something's come over her that you've never seen before. She no longer looks at you with eyes of a companion, eyes of a friend, and eyes of a pet. She looks through you, almost as if she's not there at all, but being controlled by someone else. And she looks
Very
over at Rosia and starts to move towards her.
I don't believe that we think anything is technically wrong here. Oh, you want me to do it now?
If you're gonna do it,
Is that you telling me that I'm gonna die here if I don't?
that's not what I said. I just said if you're gonna do it.
I don't think I need to. They agreed.
Very reluctantly.
Yeah, Jax agreed. I don't believe that Jax is going to try and stop it. So I don't think that it's necessary.
We also
Alright.
had the background on the clones. We talked about it while you're out. Everyone
Yeah.
is very invested that there is actually a clone of us, and we expect to be reborn at this point because we've had this happen before.
Perfect.
Not sacrifice, but death.
I'm loving this idea.
We're very trusting in August's clone stuff, right? Because
Yeah.
we're aware of it. It's happened rarely, but it
Yeah.
works.
Yeah, I guess I've
It's
never
amazing
dealt.
how
I guess it's never dealt with gods, but okay.
Do I believe for some reason that they would be in danger at the moment?
You believe your goddess.
Well, of course, but do I believe that my party here is in danger with Maxir stalking me like this?
No,
Okay.
you believe your goddess. You trust your goddess. And Moxir moves in, hovers above you. And for the first time, you see her teeth glared at you. And she comes down and in one bite takes you into her mouth and swallows you whole.
That tracks.
Yeah, I think that Jack would start yelling at her like, "What the hell?" Like Sonic just going off on her.
Mm-hmm. The portal opens even grander at this point. More than you've ever seen. It takes up mountainscapes of this giant, huge door.
dude.
Huge.
Enough for the dragons to be able to pass through without having any problems.
We get sucked into it.
That's not sucking. You have to walk through it. It's just a giant portal door.
Does Maxir go through?
The turtle goes through. The other dragon begins to move. The gold dragon begins to move towards, looks down at Moxir, and Moxir's eyes go back to normal as she's now realized what she's done. And she begins to scream and weep, as not only has she tasted human flesh, which is normal for her,
Not a human.
humanoid flesh, she tastes the flesh of a friend and the blood of a friend, which she's never done before, the blood of a mother. And she looks back at her crew in horror, disbelief, and sadness and fear, and runs towards the portal without saying goodbye. And the gold dragon follows, and the portal shuts. What do you guys do?
Well, I mean, that's a pretty somber moment. We know she's just going to be waking up and coughing back in the tower any moment. Last time I had a splitting headache for just days coming out of that clone. You said it was harmless, but
I mean, it is. Are you ready for me to take you all to the tower?
Yes, let's go check on it right now.
Yes.
All right. Everybody stand close.
You're just gonna be so mad at me.
I guess teleport and send us all to the tower.
I guess I really should have cast it just so Jax didn't have to watch that.
Yeah, it's brutal.
Yeah.
Jack's sucking thumb.
Yeah.
don't worry. I mean,
70-year-old Jax is sitting there sucking her thumb.
Jax is like the new. Oh, Maddie, what was that character? The one that we just basically.
The what?
Oh, the character like in the last or whatever.
Oh my god, the one that ended up
Yeah,
betraying everybody?
Yeah, I'm blanking on her. Yeah,
I don't remember her name either. I hated her.
that is who Jax.
You
I loved that character.
you only hate her because of the end.
Yeah, that's true. I loved that character.
That end was brutal.
I didn't mean for Valencia's story to get like that.
Yeah,
Beautiful
I
I
didn't,
story.
worked through a few
Storytelling.
things on my own.
didn't mean to turn on Valencia and else.
All right, so you guys teleport back or jump into a portal or a magic door, or however you decided to travel, back to the tower.
you awake yet? I think we can go get waffles. That helped my headache last time.
Yeah. So you
Some Craig fire is all we really need for a good headache.
now, how does this cloning feature work? There, Cody.
As long as the soul is around, that's all I need.
Perfect.
There's a clone of the body made out of the skin that he just keeps in like a coffin.
Yeah.
It's great.
It's beautiful. So you go back and
I
you
love
go over to Rosia's body, and you're waiting for the soul to re-enter. 1 hour goes by, nothing happens.
It's
You're
supposed to be
evil.
done already.
Because I know
It's
exactly what he
supposed to
did.
be
I know
instantaneous.
exactly what this is. This isn't
The
good.
soul isn't here because the gods don't want it to be that way, apparently.
See, this is why I say never trust a god.
Brian, what did you say? You're kind of jumbled in the back there.
No, I said I knew exactly what you were fixing to do.
Oh, of course.
I even knew it, of course. I mean, come on.
We all know.
we all knew how this was going to end, but it was fun that you guys tried.
I pour one out for her.
It was fun that I had to break the DM into breaking how the system works. So works
Wait.
for me.
Well, actually,
I'm-
I didn't have to break how the system worked because of the way that her current class works,
Yeah.
technically, and I've already made that canon in the story. So, I mean,
We just
technically,
lined back up with story.
yeah.
I don't understand one thing though. How did we go from sacrifice 3 to sacrifice 1?
You remember that divine intervention?
Yeah.
You guys are welcome, by the
That-
way. You better thank Maddie for her clever thinking.
Well, no, I know, but like at that part, I don't got it.
I didn't explain it because you weren't there
I
to
don't-
hear it.
It was a
I feel like-
conversation with the god.
I feel like we still lost somebody, and
Mhm.
I feel like it all happened exactly the same way as it was.
3 people versus 1 person. But
Yeah.
well, I mean, maybe my book, and I'll take out my book of shadows. So maybe her name is still in here in this book. When someone dies, it's supposed to bring them back to life if
Mhm.
I touch their name.
Yeah.
And I look at the book and I look for her name on the page. Do I see her name, or is it like scribbled out? Or
However, now you've written this name long time ago, and so you know where it's at, and you go to where her name is, and the letter A is there.
that's weird. Her name's kind of here, but kind of not. So maybe she's kind of dead and kind of not. Maybe she'll eventually come back to this body. I'll stare at the body.
Jax is like probably, I would say, beside herself. I've lost my 2 best friends today. She's just gonna kind of like just slowly walk off.
All I am is critic fire to her. I guess that's fair. I'm gonna go
Mate.
find my lad. I got tales to tell him.
You guys venture back to your lives before heroes. The realm has been saved for the last time. Ragnall, you go back to your tavern and you tell this tale to the ones that you have been training. And within another month or so, you eventually do pass of old age, living a life longer than you were meant to live. Cragfire, you go back to your son, your adopted, and you watch as he grows up to be a good man and teach him how to be respectful, hoping that the tragedies that you've heard of to the dragons would never happen to him. And he has also a child, and you get to watch him grow and teach him how to brew before you pass.
That's right. Look, Samatu. You got to be gentle with it.
And as you're lying on your deathbed, you see your wife and only born child reach you into the afterlife. And your very last words are mentioning their names.
Jason.
Jax, you are never the same again. Where your daughter and granddaughter knew you as this great adventurer, this fierce woman, you never go back to see them. You go
I
in.
abandoned my family.
You don't abandon them. You just can't bring yourself to go back and physically see them. So you live kind of on the outskirts and check in on them once in a while. They knew that you were going out to have this great quest, and because the news that Rosia has died, they assume, and legend starts to tell, that you also have died. August and Frieden, you two are much younger in the group, so you actually live longer lives. And by the time that we get to the period that we are now, you are older folk. Maybe the last 2 in the entire world that actually knows what happened to the dragons. And Frieden, you have a child and have grandchildren after that. You've been a friend of the heroes. You've been one of the heroes. But your name has never been exalted like theirs. You've helped them on many quests, slaying dragons and making the world safe, but have never been honored as one. And in that, the world has kind of forgotten your name and have exalted the ones that have been known, and have looked at your family as not even second-class citizens, but very low. Your descendants have lived in poverty and have been trying to fight their way back up. Your children have seen the children of the heroes glorified while you've been left in the dust.
And that is how you became the villain of this current campaign.
Who said he was the villain of this current
Duh.
campaign?
That sounds like a great way for a villain to be made.
Does.
Vengeance.
They will remember my name.
All right, everybody got their drinks? Yes, no, maybe so.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, it is. Let me do the official check on this. That we've been a group here. It'll log in. Because I don't think it'll tell me on here when I started the chat. Nope, it won't.
I got a question.
Uh-huh.
Actually, I got two. Can I have a couple potions of speed? Of haste?
You guys are well versed in stuff, so you would know that you would already need that when you guys go ahead and onto this mission here. So that's fine. You could have one.
And Hazaron it's a sentient evil sword.
Mm-hmm.
Does this have any effect on my character psychologically?
If you keep using it, yeah.
Okay. That's kind of vague. Okay.
Well, so I'm gonna give you the specifics in a few minutes. So this summer will be 5 years that we've been playing together.
Wow.
And we are going to have a special match for that as well. But you guys have been the greatest group of companions that I've had in a long time. I don't say this about anybody. I look forward to always hanging out with you guys. Like it is. Last week was the downfall of my week because I didn't get to come play with you guys. So I want to, salute you all. I love hanging out with you guys, and you are the best group I could have asked for, especially as a new DM when I started. For someone that went from never playing to 4 months later saying, okay, I'm going to DM my own game in front of, at the time, 3 other DMs. That was rough. So cheers to you guys. Love you all. And I'm going to drink
Cheers.
now.
Cheers. Clink.
That's so
Mhm.
cute.
Salud.
Cheers.
5 years.
5 years.
Oh.
I feel like it's
Which
been
means
that
that Maddie's only been with us for 4.
Yeah.
And has only
Okay, now
bailed
you
on
come
us for
down.
half of them. No.
You can come down and get the rest of this because it's like hitting my stomach like a brick.
That's how you know it's working.
No, I don't want it.
Oh,
Get it.
come give it to me.
That's
Oh, and by the way, Maddie, I was talking about you the other day. You are the
Hopefully, good things.
usually. You actually became one of the the people that I didn't realize that we needed in this group
Aw.
and balanced everything out and made me want to kill you even more. So cheers to you.
Yeah.
And you've all actually made me a better DM. So I thank you for that.
He's having a Jerry Maguire.
I'm having a Jerry Maguire moment. Get the hell out of here. I'm allowed.
Do we complete?
Yeah, actually, yeah, I don't say that to anybody. Yeah, you guys make me extremely happy, and yeah. I would be in bad places
Mental
without you
on us.
guys. What's that?
You're getting sentimental on us.
Look, every now and then I'm allowed to. But I seriously, I would be in a really, really bad place if I didn't have you guys. And I've had therapists tell me to quit playing.
Why?
You're the one that liked her, not me.
She told you to quit.
Yep.
Why?
She thought that going into a fantasy realm all the time would be bad for me. I beg to differ. Going into a fantasy realm with you guys is, well, sometimes it's like playing in reality.
It's a good way to exercise your demons in real life. I mean, I love playing different characters that are different things I want to explore or, work through.
Oh, yeah. That's why I like playing interesting characters. They're all parts of my person. All right, who's the fucker? I hear it. Where is he? Is that you, Cody? You son of a bitch.
What do you do?
Maybe.
The burp?
He said maybe.
So, for all you guys that can't hear, so Cody put on some nice, it's called Victory March, but it's violin music at the end of an epic movie.
Actually, a very good song. If you guys would like to listen.